We welcome you to Hoke Field, proud home of the Gardiner Tigers, as Munson Media Sports brings you high school football tonight, a Class B North matchup, as the Gardiner Tigers will play host to the visiting Brunswick Dragons. Hello, buddy. I'm Rob Munson. Jim Palmer joins me as the analyst. Chris Wheeler doing our production, Calvin Mason on our game cam here tonight. From Hoke Field in Gardiner, it's youth football night. And, you know, Jim, is a longtime coach back in the day, and I know you were too. We both appreciate how important that youth program is to the future of any high school program, be it football, baseball, softball, volleyball, whatever it is.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to get down to the younger levels to get those guys involved, show your face, and let them get a taste of what they're going to see later on.
Well, what we're going to see here tonight is a pair of teams heading a little bit different directions here from the last time we brought you Brunswick Gardiner. Brunswick was atop of the Pine Tree Conference back in those days. They had quite a run there. And, of course, a misfortune last year where their season was wiped out. So they're kind of starting over, new staff, building the program back up. I'm sure they'll get it back up on top where they were for many, many years back in the day. But the Gardiner Tigers, they have a resurgence of their program here. Let's take a look first at Brunswick. They come in 0-3 on the season, Jim, and they've had some games that got away from them.
Yeah, they had a tough start. They opened up with Mount Blue and dropped it 50-8, and then Kennebunk 63-12, and last week with Wyndham 46-0. So they're in a youth movement right now. Like you said, they got a new staff and trying to get the ball rolling.
Well, they've got to get it rolling against the Tiger team that's been on a roll. The Tigers 2-1 on the season. A first game loss to Biddeford, 34-28, a very competitive game down in Biddeford. The last two weekends, the Tigers victorious. They won 43-0 in a game you saw a couple of weeks ago, the home opener here for the Tigers. And a great game last week that we had the good fortune of being able to go up to do up at Messalonski in a game that the Tigers squeaked out 16-14. So the Tigers, two-game winning streak for them. So they're on a good stretch right now, and hopefully that will continue here on Youth Football Night. Tigers right down below us, you can see them. And we want to thank the All Sports Boosters, our pregame halftime sponsors. The All Sports Boosters, this weekend coming up, they'll have their golf tournament. That golf tournament will be used to defray some of the costs that the boosters have as they support our student athletes. It's still taking reservations on the raffle that they're having for the $5,000 vacation. You can check with any of the Boosters Club members and get one of those tickets. I think they're going to sell 1,000 of those, and then from that time on, they will close it off and they will have that drawing. But the Boosters, so much that they do in support of our student athletes. They're still in the old snack shack, whipping up the goodies here. So if you come to the game, bring your appetite. They'll feed you up pretty well, and they can't wait to get into that new shack that's going to be built where they had the old portable classroom over there. That's gone. They're already starting to work on it. Sam Shaw getting set to do the intros here from Hoke Field in Gardiner. So we continue to have good weather for football games. Of course, you know, Jim, you and I both coached on this field. If we'd had the rain on the old Hoke Field, we would be sloshing around tonight like you were on a slip and slide. But the surface is beautiful, and we're set to go.
Absolutely. It's nice to not have to worry about that as being an element of the game.
Yeah, and it always was such a big element in that game. Even, you know, it would rain at the beginning of the week. We'd be nervous all week. Well, is the field going to finally drain up enough?
Well, you start soaking footballs on Monday, so you...
Yeah. So tonight on the chain gang across the way, Mark Pooler, who's heading that group up there, has done a great thing this week again. He's brought in one of the legends, Barry Warren. We're going to try to get Barry up here for a pregame, a halftime interview. Calvin will give you a look across the way here at the chain gang, getting ready to go here tonight. You can see them across the way. And the tall guy is Barry Warren. Barry, of course, a longtime great player here for us. His dad, Art, coached many years and, of course, was a middle school principal for so many years at that level. And, of course, Barry, three-sport athlete, on the 1979 state championship team. We're hoping to get Barry up here for a halftime. This is a great thing that Mark has put together as he brings somebody back each and every single game. It was going to be Ricky Lovely's week, but Rick's just not quite ready to go yet. So Barry stepped in to the void, and we're glad to be able to have him across the way. So the Tigers will get introduced offensively. Caden Weston. Caden, of course, with the big run last week, the game-winning touchdown, 51-yard touchdown. We had it 52 yards, but on a little razzle-dazzle, as the old coach called it. It's a handback, Jimmy. They ran a handback for that. They run a spread formation, and
you can set that up, and then pop it when the time's right.
And that's exactly what they did. And Caden went down the right sideline, the far sideline. Corliss being introduced. Damian Clark, one of the inside guys for the Tigers. Big number 68, Jake Ramsey, the senior. Chris Henderson, who won our player of the game last week, going two ways. Chris hasn't played football since middle school years, Jimmy, and he has a great story for the Tigers. Had a fantastic game last week.
Good to see him back out there.
John Susi introduced. And Zach Christian, the tight end, and the rest of your Gardiner Tigers. Yeah, so Henderson, a great game last week. Chris, lots of pressures, had a big sack, was all over the field from his defensive inside position here. So he was the defensive player of the week. And, of course, Caden Weston was our offensive player. They received awards from Caps's Pizza and Northeast Nutrition and Energy.
Sounds like the Tigers have different people stepping up every week, which is nice to see.
Yes, and that's the nice thing to see. And the numbers that they have, of course, you're going to have your injuries, and you're going to have some of your health issues and all that. So we want to thank the All Sports Boosters for their pregame show. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the kickoff to this one from Hoke Field after these messages.
Started by the Corliss family in Pittston in 2019, Corliss Gravel Pit offers some of Kennebec County's highest quality gravel products. Located just south of the old Cedar Grove Road, on the right off Route 27, we are committed to providing outstanding products at a fair price. We offer a variety of products for all of your needs. At Corliss Gravel Pit, our loader is always ready and on site. Local deliveries on larger quantities are always available. And we offer discounts on large quantities as needed. We also offer plowing and sanding services during those tough Maine winters.
Corliss Gravel Pit is family owned and operated since 2019, producing Kennebec County's highest quality gravel at a fair price.
Pride, tradition, and excellence are long-standing hallmarks of Gardiner Tigers athletics. Burke's Roofing and Masonry is likewise proud of our tradition of excellence. Our team of professional roofing contractors has more than 40 years of combined experience, as well as the training and knowledge to get the job done right the first time. We are proud to be a second-generation family-owned and operated business. Call us today for all your roofing and masonry needs.
Back here to Hoke Field, Rob Munsing, Jim Palmer, Calvin Mason on the camera, Chris Wheeler doing our production as we send it out. I want to thank all our fine local sponsors. The first two you saw is kind of funny. It just I rotate the sponsors every week to have a new order here. It just so happened up back to back. We had two former players, Jason Corliss and his company, and Zach Burke and his company. So it's quite a family, and we get such great support from our local folks here that played ball for us, helping us out with sponsorships and it's just something that warms my heart. And
well, I think you're going to see a lot of former players coaching today. With the youth group today.
Yes.
I know there's a few out there: Shane Clancy and Ryan Giro and I'm sure there's more.
Yeah, a lot of guys that have been involved in the youth program for a lot of years, doing great stuff there. Again, we want to thank our field sponsors, Pine State Trading, Coots Brothers, the Hutchinson Sports Foundation, Black Diamond Consultants, Steve McGee Construction, Mainex, EJP, G&E Roofing, Kennebec Savings, and Darlings Auto. They are our field sponsors. We're playing in the slop tonight. We don't have those folks. That's for sure. Dave Curtis watching down in Florida. We got football weather up here, Dave. We'll have a 50-degree kickoff coming up here from Hopefield. Brunswick has won the toss and has decided to receive. Taking a look a little bit about some of the guys you'll be hearing. Quinn McCaffrey is their quarterback. Wide receiver Trevor Garish. Running back Liam Scroll. Wide receiver Colin McCaffrey. Wide receiver Cam Beal. Running back Preston Larrabee. Jimmy Cook is their prime guy, number 33. You'll see a lot of him as their skill package. Tigers, of course, Wyatt Chadwick has had an outstanding season for the Tigers. Colton Doobie does a lot of the heavy lifting in the backfield for the Tigers. Number 22, Cole Brand, multifaceted player. We've seen him streak down, make long catches. Evan Mishu was a multi-purpose back. In fact, that's how they talk about him. They talk about him as an H-back. He can do a multitude of things. From his position, comes in motion, runs jet sweep. He'll sometimes line up as a second running back, something the Tigers have begun to feature more and more for power-type runs. Theron Corliss will be on the outside for the Gardiner Tigers, one of the wide receivers. Guy we've been impressed with, Zach Christian, a tight end, number 88. And, of course, we talked about Caden Weston in the pregame, so those are some of the skill guys along with the guys up front. So Corliss will get set to kick off. Go ahead, Jim.
It looked like the offense line had a really good week last week. I tuned in a little bit to catch that. They've had a couple good weeks.
Yes, they have.
Being able to move the ball, huh?
Well, back and healthy and all together again.
Offense always takes a little longer to get clicking.
Corliss into it. He's going to squib it down. Taken up by one of the upbacks, Cam Beal. Beal is going to be up over the 40-yard line to about the 41. So pretty good field position here for the Brunswick Dragons. Corliss down to make the tackle after the kickoff. Spread formation, as we said, the quarterback, number 8, Quinn McCaffrey. Now he comes under center against that Tiger 3-5 look. At about the line of scrimmage, McCaffrey.
Yeah, no place to go there.
Looked like he bumped into the running back on that one, Jim.
Yeah, it looked like a little stutter step, or he hesitated getting to the line, and must have been a exchange problem.
Yeah, you can see the Tigers playing on the Brunswick side of the line of scrimmage, so not much there for that as we took a look at the replay. Second down, 9 to go. Our clock tied into the scoring system here at Gardiner High School. Dual receivers both sides. Cam Beal comes in cross motion, trips into the boundary now. Back to throw. McCaffrey wants to throw down the field. He shoots it long and deep, and there was interference on it. It was by the offensive player. Good coverage by the Tigers down there as they tried to go down the field, trying to hit Trevor Garish. No go. Tigers right there.
Looks like the quarterback got rid of that pretty quick. I don't know if he was feeling pressure or just thought he had it early.
Yeah, Tigers were good pressure last week a lot of times in pass game. Here they've got a pass situation here, 3rd and 9. McCaffrey's got him. Wants to throw, comes right side. Tigers pressure. Ball's up and out, and it's going to be picked off.
Yeah, nice catch.
At about the 45-yard line, Tigers with the interception.
Cole Brand, maybe?
I think it's Cole, number 20, Cole Brand.
Good concentration.
With the interception.
Good concentration to bring that in.
We'll take a look at it here. Brand's going to be come from the inside a little bit. He comes inside out. See him from his safety position. Undercuts an underthrown ball. It makes a good interception. Let's make sure it's not Doobie. I'm not sure. Again, we apologize. You just can't see those. I can't anyway, those orange numbers. Tigers set to go. Chadwick. Doobie off the right side. Not much there. Good job by the forcing unit. So second down, it'll be about 9 to go. Might give him a yard. It was Cole Brand. Yeah. Chris will look those numbers up for us. We had it right to start with.
Brunswick's got a little size up front, huh? Their middle three are pretty tight.
Yeah, they got everybody in the box. That's for sure. Look at that box is full of white. See if Tigers might go downfield. They're going to go out to the flat. They've got a reception there.
Good block.
Caught, dropped, picked up. It's a good catch and a fumble recovery by Evan Mishu. Evan went whoopsie, doopsie, and picked it back up. Got a good bounce off that turf. So it's going to bring up a third down and about 1 run-pass option on that one. Tigers come out with dual wingbacks left side. They're going to run that way. They're going to pick up the first down and a little bit more. First down out about midfield go the Tigers. Colton Doobie with the carry for the Gardiner Tigers. Good crowd in here to Tiger Town. A picture-perfect football night in Tiger Town. 50 degrees. Winds calm down a little bit. Tigers, that's a new formation for them, Jimmy, with those double wings out there to the right side. They're tight. Got to think it's more for run.
Yeah.
And they will throw the ball now. Back shoulder throw and miscommunication between Corliss out there and Wyatt Chadwick.
It looks like they're talking about it now a little bit.
They're going to the wristband and saying, okay, what's the deal? It kind of looks like they wanted maybe Corliss to come on a comeback jump.
Yeah, he kept going. I'd be curious what they have off of that 2 backs to the right there for run game, if they have any counter action.
Up inside. Doobie's got a big hole. Going to bang it down over the 45, down to about the 44-yard line, bring up a third down, and about 5 to go for the Gardiner Tigers, almost in 4-down territory for the Gardiner Tigers here. They'll come out and hurry up, tempo by the Tigers. Corliss goes far side. Double wings here to the left side with the tight end, Zach Christian, on the left side. Heavy set left. Chadwick up inside, banging ahead for the, going to be close to the first down. Let's see where the spot is. I think they had to get to the line, Jim.
Yeah.
And if the ball's on the line, it'll be a first down. If it's short, it'll be a 4th down. 4th and a foot. So Tigers will go for it here. Same formation. And now we get a timeout.
Brunswick, yeah.
Brunswick may not have been in the correct set here.
Tigers not wasting any time getting up to the ball.
Yeah, Tigers going with tempo, Jim. You're right. It's good strategy. They've been in the same set basically all night.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier to run tempo. As we used to call back in the day, Geronimo.
Right?
Geronimo.
Yeah.
And that came from Coach Wolfgram. And back in the day, it was just our hurry-up 2-minute offense was called Geronimo. And no offense to anything. No offense was ever thought about back in those days. But I don't know why Coach called it Geronimo. Maybe because Geronimo rode fast, and we were trying to go fast, I guess.
Well, the hurry-up offense is, you want to be able to keep it simple. And when we did it with Coach, it was, just a number system, which makes it pretty quick to pick up on.
So Tigers will get set to go. Up inside, first down, and a little more, but not much more, but they'll take it for the first down.
I think they like what they're seeing up in the middle, Coach. There's almost Brunswick that time got across the line, but just didn't get down the line to make the play.
Remember, don't fall for any of these scam folks. First down, 10 to go for the Tigers. They've been on the march after the Cole Brand interception. Chadwick got a high snap. Gives it off left side. And almost from the get-go on the tackle, Hunter Duval was riding herd.
Looks like Brunswick's getting pretty good penetration, sometimes too much and overrunning it, but that time he was able to chase it down.
Tigers got a second down and about 7. Chadwick up inside. Duran's going to bang it down over the 30 to about the 29-yard line. So you can see, Jim, the plan for the Tigers is they're staying pretty pedestrian right here, but it's to their benefit.
Yeah, and the Gardiner backs are doing a good job being patient, waiting for that seam to open up a little bit.
They come again with tempo, and the big guys up front, let's give them some credit. They're getting the job done up front for the Gardiner Tigers. We told you the starting offense. Henderson's one of the guys up there, Fleming and Ramsey, Damian Clark, the tight end Zach Christian, getting a push up front. Single back Doobie. Dances still on his feet, down inside the 20. Well, this is a good old-fashioned slugfest for the Tigers right now, getting the job done. You know, and you can go with tempo, you know, once you get the weather changes, it's nice and cool, you feel fresh as could be, and that's what the Tigers have done. First guy misses, but the rest of the Brunswick forcing unit will come in on the tackle. One of the guys cleaning up there is Jimmy Cook on the tackle. So third down, they're 2-down territory. We call it about third and 5 now. Chadwick not carried yet. Might be a good time for a Chadwick carry.
Good call, Coach.
Doobie's out of the game. Chadwick is going to throw it towards the sidelines, and let's see if there's a flag on that. Luckily, the Tigers did have somebody over there. They overloaded that side that Brunswick came with pressure. Tigers had no answer for it. Chadwick never got time to set his feet or do anything with it.
Looked like he was looking to hand off or fake there, and then got pressured.
It's going to be 4th down and 5 now for the Tigers.
Boy, Brunswick's got everybody up in the box, Coach.
Those double tight ends, double wings to the right side for the Tigers. Chadwick calls for the ball, wants to throw. Comes pressure, throws it over the middle, incomplete. So Tigers will give it away on downs. Good rush that time. Coming in was Tyler Maxim for the Brunswick Dragons. So Maxim with some good pressure there. Chadwick had to release that a little bit early. Had a guy coming loose, I think, Jim, but not able to get to him.
Yeah, he just had to get rid of it sooner than he really wanted to. Gardiner did a good job establishing the run, though, that first series. So we'll see what they do the second series when they come back out.
Yeah, they might have set up something down the field.
Cool.
Got an illegal pre-snap penalty called. Let's see who's going to be illegal procedure. So I'll make it 1st and 15.
The wind doesn't seem to be too much of a factor tonight, Coach. Earlier it was really windy. It picked up quite a bit during the day, but
yeah,
kind of calmed down like you said earlier.
Cross motion by Beal. Tigers will have none of that. Cat pack swarm right there. Hunter Burgess, one of the guys in there from his linebacker position, cleaned that up. But got to give those big guys up front, the forcing unit, getting the job done. Ashton Sawyer from his inside position, wreaking some havoc.
Yeah, I noticed the defensive line does a really good job of staying square, Coach. They don't allow too many seams, which allows their backers to come clean up.
And, of course, at 3-5, those backers, they are the cleanup guys. You've got gap responsibility. We've got a pre-snap something or other. Not sure what it is. Somebody's knee pad came up too high. I don't know. I don't believe it's a penalty. I think just a problem with Hunter Duval. Got to pull his pads down over his knees. So it's going to be second down, 20 to go. Tigers already with a turnover. Pass. McCaffrey's got time to throw and run, and he's going to get back to about the original line of scrimmage, so about a 6-yard gain. Evan Mishu comes over to make the tackle. 5:06, moving clock here. You see it on your scoreboard.
Well, if the Tigers could get a stop here, Coach, they'll probably end up with pretty good field position, which is why that first drive was important to get it down the field.
Yeah, it changes the field for sure, and that's, you know, you'd love to score, sure, but you got to change field, and Tigers have done that. Can the defense get them out? Brunswick to throw. McCaffrey's going to throw it out in the flat. A really nice catch.
Great catch, yeah.
But Colton Doobie over on the immediate hit. It's going to bring up a 4th down in about 3, but that was a great one-handed catch out there.
It was. It almost didn't look like his body was turned around.
Yeah, you're going to see this great catch. Trevor Garish on the catch. Just a little flat pass. He's got to go up there one-handed. Look at that catch in the NFL. Did you see that catch on the sidelines? Well,
I did, yeah.
Tigers with 2 guys back now, which I've always proposed. Because if it goes south for one guy, the other guy can at least get on the ball. We never send a single guy back, ever.
Well, that second guy gives you a good lead block, possibly.
They thought about faking the reverse, and Weston almost beat his man. Wasn't quite able to get away from Albert Porter, who was able to get a shoestring tackle on him. Had Weston been able to get that corner, Jim, he was off to the races again like he was last week.
Yeah, he had some room down the sideline for sure.
Yeah, he tries to straight arm right about the 40-yard line, but as we said, nice job by Albert Porter doing the job there. So Tigers take over again, pretty good field position. Let's see what they do with it. I don't know that they might not take a shot down the field. The safety's playing at about 8 yards. Looks like we're going to have a flag on that return. So Tigers going to be pushed back, a spot foul coming out. So that's going to bring it back inside the 35 to the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. 3:52, stop clock here in the change of possession. Wyatt Chadwick, the quarterback, at the controls for the Gardiner Tigers. Run pass threat is he. Up inside, big hole on the right side into the secondary, second level, and Doobie's going to pick up a couple of yards after contact there, pick up about 4 or 5 yards. That closed a little faster than I thought it was going to. The initial push was good.
Yeah, there was a really good hole initially. The Tigers up front are creating some good lanes, but got to get down to the second level to get some blocks on those guys.
Yeah, Brunswick's got some good size, and as we said, they are snacking the line of scrimmage. It seems the Tigers might be able to wiggle Cole Brand loose out there. He's out against Colin McCaffrey out there on the far side. He's a threat to go down the sidelines. Here comes the pressure. Run blitz, nothing going, blown up. Well, I think the Tigers might have to get something going outside, as that was a run blitz that time. Noah Gagnon, number 55, cleaned that one up. So Tigers 3rd and 8. That's a bad snap. Chadwick back to get it. Picks it up.
Good move.
Got out of trouble, but Tigers had a series of those last week, too, about on 3 out of 4 plays, bad snaps that Chadwick had to go up and get. That time he couldn't rise to the occasion, so to speak, and Tigers will be forced to punt. Cole Brand, number 20, the punter for the Gardiner Tigers, back deep. Colin McCaffrey.
Yeah, I like what you said earlier, Coach. I like 2 guys back. Just gives you more options.
Snap's good. Ran into an end-over-end kick. McCaffrey's going to pick it up. He's got some running room. And Tigers close that down, but over the 50-yard line to start of the Brunswick Dragons. On the special team tackle for the Gardiner Tigers was Hunter Burgess, number 3. So at the 47-yard line, the Dragons will take over their best field position of the night. We'll see what they can do with it. They turned it over in their first possession. Tigers marched down the field, but a fourth down pass incomplete turned it over for the Tigers. Quinn McCaffrey, number 8, is the quarterback. He'll have dual wide receivers. Well, we're going to get a timeout. So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll finish up the first quarter when we come back after these messages.
Why waste valuable time and gasoline traveling around when you can enjoy one-stop shopping at Goggins IGA in Randolph? Goggins is locally owned by people you know and trust at the heart of our community. Goggins offers the convenience of one-stop shopping, in-store banking, a large selection of liquors and wines, and a full-service pharmacy. At Goggins IGA, you're in, you're out, you're home.
Strategic Real Estate Services, serving all buyers and sellers. 2 locations, 335 Water Street, Gardiner, and 83 Kennedy Memorial Drive, Waterville. From residential to commercial, solutions and strategies that equal results for you. Visit strategicreservices.com or call 485-1105.
So first down 10, second timeout called by the Brunswick Dragons. Tigers have used none so far. Something we're going to try to do a better job of, keeping track of timeouts, because rather than guessing towards it. That 3-5 defense for the Gardiner Tigers. And Tigers will give 5 yards.
I'm not sure Brunswick didn't move first.
I guess they must have flinched. So there was a reason the Tigers jumped. I think it was Jake Ramsey came in. Was it Jake that came flying through? Of course, Jake can't hide. He's 7'4", 400 pounds. I mean, he can't hide. He tried to be sheepish about it. It's hard to be sheepish at that size. Now, you could be sheepish, Jimmy.
I could.
You were sheepish.
They got the double wing, too, over there.
Hand off left side. Tigers swarm to it pretty well. A couple of tough yards running there for Preston Larrabee. Doobie with the tackle for the Tigers. Bring up a second down, 15 yards to go, 1:30. Moving clock here, first quarter action, Tiger Town, no score. Quinn McCaffrey's got him up. It's going to come under center, 2 running backs for the Dragons. Ball's down. I think the Tigers are going to have the football.
Tiger ball.
We'll see who that is. Zoom in on that guy right there. And see who it is. I think Chadwick on the fumble recovery for the Gardiner Tigers. Or was it Spence? Either 26 or 36.
I thought it was Spence there, Coach.
Yeah, I think it was 36. It was Spence, yeah.
Good field position here.
So Ian Spence on the fumble recovery. Tigers got it. Let's see.
They get that tempo going again.
Tempo, or maybe take a shot on first down downfield.
There they go.
Chadwick's got some time. Throws it out. He's got his man wide open. Mishu down the left side. Mishu with a nice move. Mishu inside the 30-yard line goes Evan Mishu. Well, nobody covering the flat. Tigers took advantage of it. Dropped it out there, Jimmy.
Yeah, nice looking play. Good throw, good catch.
See the replay right here, Jim. Just a little cross action. They go inside, and there's Mishu all alone.
Yeah, nobody within 10, 15 yards, and he makes a move to the inside.
Inside, outside, and down inside the 30. Back live action. Little stay pass. Tigers look to break the outside. They do. Down the right side with some room is Hunter Burgess. Burgess is in for the touchdown. Tiger touchdown.
That might be their way of getting outside a little bit, Coach. It's just throwing.
I'm going to have it at about 29 yards. We'll see. And I believe that was Burgess out on the far side. We'll see it on the replay. We'll hold the replay till after the kick, Chris. We'll see the kick. Chris got the replay ready to go. We'll stay with it since we just took a break. Corliss in for the kick. Snap back ball down. Theron into it. He's up with it high and good. 7-0 Tigers on the touchdown pass. Back-to-back passes. The Tigers had been running the ball. This time they loosen them up. And some good downfield blocking by the Tigers and a good stumble drill. And into the end zone.
I thought I might have seen a stumble-bumble drill in there, Coach.
So the Tigers, Hunter Burgess. And I'm going to have Chris look at the down marker there on the replay. You won't see it, but Chris will be able to tell me. I got it about 29 yards. So Hunter Burgess, little stay pass, and he got the block outside. And it was a beautiful block. We'll take a look at that again at some point and be able to see who made that block outside. So Corliss is going to hit one down and hard. He's got a bouncer there. Picked up. Stanchfield with it, and he's going to be swarmed under. 34-yard. Pitch and catch. Hunter Burgess.
Yeah, and all that came after a key turnover, Coach. You got to capitalize on those turnovers.
Yep, so they got the turnover. Got the first down pitch and catch. Evan Mishu, he got it down inside the 35 to the 34, and then a little quick pass out to the outside. Tigers have found something. Dragons were really bunching the line of scrimmage, Jimmy. And they were doing a great job on the forcing unit, but Tigers have found something now. Little pitch and catch back again. Beal's got it. He's trying to get away from the Tigers. Tigers on super swarm.
Boy, they swarm, huh?
Tigers can run and they can hit. I really think that was the difference last week. Talking to Coach Patrick Munsing, he says he felt his kids kept their intensity and hitting level up last week in that game. And if you were there, you surely saw it, because some of the things you can't see at home, you see guys coming off the field and all that. The Tigers, if they can get to you, they'll whack you, that's for sure. So Tigers up 7-0, and we have played one quarter. So we're going to take a break. We'll come back. Second quarter action from Hope Field after this.
Coaches and athletes know that teamwork is the key to success. At the Gosline Insurance Group, our team is comprised of knowledgeable, enthusiastic, and dedicated agency personnel who are committed to keeping our clients informed and protected. Featuring 9 agencies throughout the area, the Gosline Insurance Group is the largest locally owned independent agency group in Central Maine. As a trusted choice agent, we are dedicated to you and are committed to treating you as a person and not as a policy. This commitment means we will work for you and not the insurance company. So call us today and let our team put you on the path to success.
It was Ian Spence on the defensive play, the fumble recovery. Then the Mishu catch and run after catch down the left sideline, down the 34-yard line. Then it was a Hunter Burgess stay route outside, and he ran to the sideline, cut it back, did a little stumble-bumble, but never fumble, and into the end zone. Jimmy Palmer was very good at his stumble-bumble because he only had to put his hand down about 6 inches.
I was already in the stumble-bumble position.
You were already down low. You were born down low. Jimmy, great fullback for us, 84, 85, and 86. My first captain here. You and Matt Burgess and Charlie Kelly, my first captains. I'll not forget the first captains I had. Pre-snap, penalty, thrown and picked. Yes, picked off by the Tigers. We'll have to see what the penalty is. Got to think it's an offensive penalty at the snap.
Like
so Cole Brand on his second interception of the game. We got some guys vying for the defensive player of the game already, don't we? With Ian Spence with a recovery, illegal procedure. It's going to be Ticker's ball. Yeah. So Brand's got 2 interceptions tonight.
Three turnovers already for the Tigers.
So Tigers found something on that last drive. They'd been methodical. They'd had some good plays, but Brunswick was really stacking the line of scrimmage and making some plays for loss. Here we see it right here. This ball floats, and Brand just undercuts it, just similar to what he did on the first interception. That ball hangs up there. These guys in the Gardiner Tiger secondary, ball hawkers, Jimmy. They get after it. Chadwick's got an empty set. He's got trips to the top side, speed formation, and they will run the speed, trying to get to the right side. First man misses, and still up the sideline and able to get something from nothing. That was Corliss on the carry? Coming over.
Cole Brand again.
Oh, Cole Brand. Yep. Corliss was out there blocking. Okay. So Cole came in jet sweep motion. They were in the jet sweep right side and ends up picking up about 5 yards. It looked like it was going to be like a 7-yard loss.
They felt pressure early.
Tigers got a second down. About 5.
Here they come.
High snap. Little stay pass this time. Dancing inside and almost got away. Tripped up at the last minute, making a saving tackle. That was number 33, Jimmy Cook.
Looks like the Tigers are using Brunswick's defensive aggressiveness to their
Yes.
advantage.
Yeah. Let them come in, throw those little stay passes outside, get the guys going down the sidelines, and, you know, it's as good as a run play.
Sure
and
is.
Chadwick gets rid of the ball so quickly. So Tigers will empty it again. There's only one guy playing 2 over here, middle of the field wide open. Can they get somebody down the middle of the field? Chadwick, he's in trouble, going to lay it off. He does. And Mishu caught the ball for a gain, but he was down. He caught it down, went down to one knee to make the catch, but the catch counts. So I think the Tigers were looking to go down the middle of the field. Second down now, 4 to go. Excuse me.
Chadwick does a good job keeping his composure. You know, that's what you look for in a quarterback. Just don't get frazzled. Look downfield. If it's not there, take the short one.
Weston out top side of the screen to the top. Chadwick first carry up the middle. Into the secondary.
Good acceleration.
Explodes through the second level. Made a couple of guys miss and finally dragged down, but not before. He picks up a first down for the Tigers. First carry of the night for Wyatt Chadwick. Seeing it right here. They're going to fake up inside. Chadwick's going to keep it. Nice ball handling. Nice fake back to the right side. And you can see runs through a couple of tackles there and then finishes the run strongly. First and 10 Tigers. Comes the jet motion. Fakes the jet. Chadwick's got it. Dances.
Good cut.
He's down in the secondary. He's down inside the 20-yard line by Chadwick. What a swivel hips.
Yeah, he saw that opening back to the left, which, you know, that's a tough read, but he saw it.
Crazy legs, Chadwick. I'll tell you who he reminds me of. Any of you former Gardiner Tigers watching Wyatt Chadwick play quarterback. He reminds me so much of Mark Ladner, who was our great quarterback back on that 91, the 11-1 team that went to the state championship game. He reminds me so much of Mark in a lot of ways. Not a lot of flamboyance, not a lot of any type of emotion showing. Or he plays the game within himself. He's fast, he's elusive, and like Mark, he's capital Tough. He's tough, and Mark was one of the toughest kids we ever had play for us.
Yeah.
And he could run like a deer. You start getting, you current kids, ask your parents and those old timers when I make a reference that the old coach says, so-and-so reminds me of so-and-so, and you'll find out. You start getting compared to some of the greats like Barry Warren across the way. One of the toughest defensive ends we ever had.
Still looks like he could play today.
He does. He's in great shape. Chadwick wants to throw. Going to throw quickly. Throws the outside and incomplete. Off the hands of Zach Christian. Tight end down the left side. Run a little stay option route. Found the soft spot.
Tigers have been really balanced so far in the first half here with the run and the pass.
Second down, 10 to go. Tigers got trips to the far side. Chadwick, jet motion. Going to keep. Chadwick found a hole into the secondary. Makes a man miss. He's down to about the 10-yard line. What a little
stutter step. And
stutter. Stanchfield on the tackle for the Dragons, but the Tigers on the march. They lead it 7-0. Third down and 1 to go. Open backfield. They want to throw. They throw it right side and incomplete. Trying to get it out to Mishu. Evan might have taken his eyes upfield a little bit, so they'll have a 4th and 1. Likely will go for it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Coach, that's a good opportunity on third down and short in this part of the field to take a little shot with a little bit of a pass game, and then you always got 4th down to pick up a first. Is it third down or 4th?
I guess it's third down.
Okay.
Now it's 4th. Now they're 4th. Tigers run it up right side, and they'll have enough for the first down. They only need about a foot and a half, so they'll pick up the first down here. Tigers have cleaned up a lot of the needless type penalties that we saw in previous years, the illegal procedures, the delay of games and stuff like that. Kevin Averill calling the offense, getting the plays in quickly makes a big difference. And of course, they're all a year older. Uh-oh. Somebody's got to stop. Somebody's got to call timeout. That's illegal procedure. Oh, my God, they didn't call it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You cannot have 2 men in motion. Holy cow.
Canadian football.
Joe Mertz will be jumping out of the booth here to call that one. Holy cow. Can you imagine if the Tigers had scored a touchdown on that? So 2nd down, 8. Up the middle. Oh. Big hole. Touchdown, Tigers, Doobie. 8-yard touchdown run, Colton Doobie for the Tigers. Little north-south play right there went untouched. Credit Doobie, but credit that offensive line, Jim.
I was going to say another good push up front by the offensive line.
We'll see it here in the replay. See if they trap this inside.
The action looked like trap initially.
Yeah, it's a little trap up inside, little 4-guard trap there. And the kick is good by Corliss. So the Tigers go up 14-0. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. 8:14 left to play here in the first half. Tigers up 14-0.
When you choose a financial institution to entrust your hard-earned money to, bigger is not necessarily better. Will you be noticed? Will you be heard? At Gardiner Federal Credit Union, our members aren't account numbers, they're our friends and neighbors. Each member has a vote, a voice. What matters to you matters to us. Lending decisions are based not solely on your credit score, but on who you truly are. We work diligently to end hunger. We volunteer in our local schools and throughout the community supporting neighborhood events. We are local people making local decisions, investing in our members and giving back to our communities. Gardiner Federal Credit Union, where your money has a voice.
Well, the Tigers have made the Dragons pay for their turnovers.
Good coverage by the Tigers.
Jimmy Cook on the return. So Brunswick Owen Chadwick on the defense for the Tigers on the special teams. The Tigers, 3 turnovers in the first half. 2 of those turnovers have converted into touchdowns and lead at 14-0. Shout out to Heidi Sperling watching. Happy birthday to Kelly. Incomplete down at the 40-yard line to Colin McCaffrey. McCaffrey not able to pull that in. That was behind him a little bit. Heidi's nephew, Evan, continuing the string of great Mishus playing here for the Gardiner Tigers. Cam, Sean, and now Evan. Their grandfather, Corey Sperling, great running back for the Tigers back in the 60s, in the 70s, probably 70s. To pass.
Good pressure, good pressure.
A dragon sandwich right there for the Tigers.
Draker Ahern had a great swim move there, Coach, from the outside spot. He just made a move to the inside. And
yeah, the 3 down guys for the Tigers met at the quarterback. Ahern, one of the guys there, Henderson. Ashton Sawyer. Those are the typical 3 in there. Almost a high snap, but they'll get it off, and that ball is kept up inside. Good ball handling by Claire McCaffrey, but not able to get away from the secondary of the Tigers. They came up and forced that pretty well. So 4th down. Widen out. Widen out. Got to get the punter. Find the punter. Tigers will let that bounce. Yeah, on 4th down, Calvin, get a little wider because they're going to punt. Tigers will take over. Scored in their last 2 possessions, have the Tigers. Had a great drive on their first one, ran out of downs. So the Tigers, after using the sledgehammer, Jimmy, kind of went to the ball peen hammer, I think, in the last couple of drives.
Yeah.
Some runs, some outside passes that are basically run game.
Curious if they go back to some of those stay patterns and or go back to the run.
Chadwick's got a running back to his right, Doobie. He's going to throw, though. He wants to throw it deep. He does. And incomplete down at the 50-yard line, trying to get it to Mishu. Yeah, Heidi says, yeah, her dad was crushing the 70s. He's a little younger than I was, and I graduated in 71. Corey was here. Probably playing for, I'm guessing, in those days, Coach Bob Weber was the head football coach for the Tigers. 70, 71, I believe. Maybe 72 is when O'Neill LaPlante came in. That didn't go so good. 2nd and 10. Then Coach Wolfgram and the crew showed up in 75. Motion comes across. Chadwick's got it. Nifty move. Out over just over the 30-yard line. So I don't think Chadwick's had a negative play. Everything he's taken off on has been 6, 7, 12 yards.
Straight ahead stuff.
Straight ahead stuff. 3rd and 5 for the Tigers, 6:45, moving clock. Burgess in motion, right to left, and now flag comes in. Calling an illegal procedure. I don't know why. That motion looked legal. Didn't it, Jim? Anything look wrong with that motion?
It did.
I mean, you can go in motion. You can slow down.
Yeah.
You can you could stop and continue back in motion as long as there's only one guy in motion.
And as long as you don't start on field and you stay straight.
They called that one, but they didn't call when Tigers had 2-minute motion. And Tigers end up scoring on that drive too, although they only picked up a yard or 2 on the play that they did not call. Let's have changed the rules. So 3rd and 10 now for the Tigers. Chadwick waggles. He's in trouble. Throws quickly. He's got his man. Hunter Burgess, what a catch. What a throw that was.
That was a short stop.
What a throw. And Burgess won't go down. Oh, my God. Hey, you know what that
was? Derek Jeter on the run.
Jeez. What a throw that was. The spin. Now, the guy's right on him. He's on his hip. And he just slings it out there. Looks like that guy for Kansas City.
Patrick Mahomes.
Looks like Mahomes.
Or Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that looked like a Mahomes throw.
And it was right on target.
And it was right on the money. What a play that was. And then Burgess wouldn't go down. They were trying to do everything they could. We got to play it down on the field for the Brunswick Dragons. Gavin Barbour, one of the seniors on this team. Glad you folks could find us tonight. Facebook's acting funky town. Facebook is, they frustrate a lot of us because they just do whatever they want to do. And they break things that used to work. So you go to do something like you've done it forever. It doesn't work. And then you go, am I doing it wrong? And then you put a little thing out on Field, and then everybody else comes back and says, no, it's Facebook. They did something. So what they did is they made it so we couldn't pre-publish the game. You know how we normally do it, fans?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the night before I'll put the game up and you'll see it like 24 hours ahead of time, and that's where you go, and when the game starts, that's where it'll be. Well, they wouldn't let me do that, and it drove me crazy. But we know it'll work. Tigers going left side now on the jet, and they're going to pick up some yardage there up over the
he got
45, 46-yard line.
He got bubbled back in the backfield, but then he turned it up and found some good yardage.
Couldn't tell who that was on the carry for the Tigers. Did you get a number on that, Chris? Second down, 7. Picked up 3 when it looked like it was going to be a loss. Tigers have their timeouts. Up inside. Tigers with great second effort. It looks like the ball came out, but they're going to say he's down. His forward progress had stopped. Yeah, that was Owen Chadwick on the carry. I knew it was somebody different on that previous carry on the jet sweep. And when the freshman getting some offensive time. So 3rd down and 5. They must have fumbled, so they must have called. They didn't call him down. I'm not sure. No, okay. Just some of the Tigers came off. Some of them came on. Looked like they were changing offense to defense, but not the case. So we'll have a 3rd down and 5 to go. Almost in 4-down territory, and Brunswick wants to use their final timeout. Well, we want to let you know we got some, I don't know if I put the next game up, Chris, maybe. We'll take a look and see if it's an accurate thing. We've got volleyball coming up, I know, next week, and that's what it is, next Wednesday. It'll be the rivals in. The Coney Rams will come in for volleyball. Our volleyball team undefeated. Doing a great job again this year. Led by great senior class. Emily Grady and Lizzie Gruber and some of the other seniors. Evan Grady and Chris will be along for the call of that one. Want to congratulate Lizzie Gruber has made her decision. And she's going to St. Joe's down in Philadelphia, Jimmy, for
St. Joe's University, right?
To play in the Atlantic 10 Conference.
Wow.
Cheesesteaks all around for everybody.
Congratulations to her.
Congratulations, Lizzie. And really a smart thing for kids to do. I know you've dealt with a lot of student athletes, Jimmy, over the years. They can make that decision really before their season starts. It takes the pressure off, and you can enjoy that
your
senior season.
Absolutely.
3rd down for the Tigers, 3rd and 6. Chadwick wants to throw. He does. Over the middle. He's got his man. Corliss on the slant down inside the 40 to the 35-yard line. Theron Corliss.
That was right on time.
On time, special delivery, and Corliss was a step away from breaking it to the house. Going to see it here. The out route that they hit earlier. And Corliss with a nice sharp route gets it down at about the 35-yard line. Chadwick in tempo wants to throw again. Same pass. Broken up incomplete. That little better coverage by Cam Beal there. Stepped inside. They tried to go right back to the well.
Almost looked like he ran that route a little deeper than he did the first one.
Give a shout out to Mrs. LeClaire watching, Ann LeClaire. She had head coach Patrick Munzing as a student, taught him all the football he ever learned in life right there. Her son Jimmy, one of the great players we've ever had. Burgess is going to be wrapped up and down. That was some good defense here that time. Coming up, not fooled.
Yeah, Jimmy
Porter on the tackle.
Jimmy was a junior when I was a senior. They used to refer to us as the James gang.
Yes, yes. I mean, Jimmy had a great game in the state championship game in '85. We found a little weakness.
21-29 down.
We were running 21-29 down with Jimmy. Jimmy was just a little quicker than the other backs we had, a sophomore at the time, and did a tremendous job for us. And then I would give him the ball about 65 times a game when he was a senior. Some good protection. Chadwick wants to fire over the middle. He does, incomplete. Looking for a flag. They don't get it. So this will bring up a 4th down now for the Tigers. Donna Stebbins watching on Boxcast. That's the ticket. Go to your streaming device, Apple TV, Roku machine, whatever you got. Go to the Boxcast, download the Boxcast app, search for Munson Media. You're watching on your big screen TV, right, Donna? That's how Donna does it.
Inside backers are coming here. Good protection.
Up over the middle.
Nice catch.
And a beautiful catch over the middle for the Tigers. First down. Special delivery up and over the middle. And that'll be enough for the Tiger first down.
Looked like Zach Kristen there, Coach.
I'm going to see who it is. It's Kristen I think it was Kristen. Tight end.
Good hands.
Yeah, boy, he made a beautiful catch. Look at that catch. Looks like Gronk in traffic. And what a throw up and over the linebacker in front of the safety. Kristen went up. Snared it. What a big catch on 4th down. Jeff Myers, old friend Jeff. Former Gardiner Tiger watching North Texas. The eyes of Texas are on you, Jeff. Jeff might have played back in the Barry Warren days. I'm trying to place you, Jeff. Help me with this. You back about that time, weren't you? Tigers down to the 22. One of our other great supporters, Sarah Hastie's, tuned in. She and Billy watching from Pope Street. They open their windows so they can hear the crowd. They love it. And then they watch Munson Media and they know something great's happening when they, about 10 seconds, 15 seconds after they hear the crowd. Tigers got a 1st and 10. They've got 3:08 left. Moving clock. Bootleg. Got a man wide open. The Tigers at the 10. And Kristen inside. Did he get in? He didn't. He's going to be down about inside the 1-yard line on the crossing route. Little bootleg action. Fake left. Came back right. Little waggle action. Kristen lines up on the left. He comes across the formation. Looks a little bit like Barry Warren right there, picking it up.
Chadwick looks so comfortable rolling to his right. He throws a nice
Boy, he almost
ball.
got the pylon with that ball. I don't know. Anyway, 1st and goal from the 1. They'll empty the set. Look for Chadwick to take it. He does. Right side. Finds a crease. That's all he needs. He's in. 1-yard touchdown run. Wyatt Chadwick for the Tigers. They go up. 20-0.
Chadwick's using a lot of receivers tonight, Coach.
He certainly is. And Kristen on this one. We saw Burgess on the touchdown catch. We've seen Evan Mishu.
Corliss
with the slant. In some of them big situations, Tigers have converted in 3rd. And don't forget the 4th and 15, 16 yards to go.
Yeah.
High snap. That's in trouble. Trouble in River City. And
fire. Fire.
It won't be good. So the Tigers will be at 20. Let's take a look, Chris, at the Kristen catch again. We'll have Chris cue it up for you. Give you another good look at it. We'll set it up, Jimmy. That bootleg across and finally going to get dragged down. Yeah, pretty close on Jeff Myers, class of 80, so that's the year. I still think I see you in that team picture, Jeff, back up in the back row of that 79 picture. A couple of Hickey players. Lee Arsenault was a quarterback on that great 79 team. Danny Hickey. Oop, little trouble. Get on it, and they do. That's a good choice. Andrea Creamer, Mademoiselle, watching from home. Spirit Week exhausted her. It's just changing all the clothes all the time, Andrea. The costumes this kid wears, she's something. Mademoiselle Creamer.
2:50 left, and Brunswick's out of timeout. So I wonder if they'll try to go down the field or waste some clock.
They've already had a couple interceptions, have the Tigers. They're going to go down the field. They've got the man open, and late coverage by the Tigers is good down there. They tried to go down deep. They almost hit Trevor Garish. We heard he was going to be their number one receiver.
It looked like Caden Weston broke that up at the end.
Chris, you want to fix the audio? We've got no audio on replay. Okay, we're fixing the audio on the replay. Thank you. .243 left, 20-0. Sorry, we haven't had audio on the replays. Motion, they'll stop. Caffrey wants to throw, does, right side, drills his man, and just inside the 40-yard line, out to the 40-yard line. Reception, tiptoed out of bounds. Garish on the reception, 2:37 left. It's going to be a 20-minute halftime. As it's youth football night, we'll give you a look at some of those charges coming. Stop clock after the catch and out of bounds. McCaffrey going to roll to his left. Late pressure comes. He's going to beat the pressure. He's down. Out over the 45 to about the 47-yard line. He falls forward. McCaffrey down here. It looks like.
It looked like he landed kind of awkward.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he was kind of turtled up as he went down. It wasn't a big hit. It was more a little awkward, I think.
Yeah, you know, he's close to that first down marker, probably trying to get a little bit extra.
So the youth football players, we'll be seeing them at halftime. The future of Gardiner Tiger football. So we get an injury on the field. Why don't we take a timeout, Chris? We'll come back after the timeout. We'll finish up the first half of play. 2:28, Tigers lead it 20-0. We're back after this.
Hi, my name is Shayna Epperson, and I'm with Atlantic Youth Sports, Inc., and we operate out of Gardiner, Maine. We strive to bring young athletes to the game of basketball, volleyball, softball, and lacrosse. We also bring our principal cores, 3 of them, of teamwork, we bring respect, and we bring confidence.
Hi, I'm Lizzie Gruber. I've been with Shayna for 6 years. AYS has brought me to be a physically and mentally stronger person on and off the court. I've also met some of my lifelong friends through this amazing program.
You can become part of our family by visiting us online at www.aysinc.org, or you can email us at aysincinfo@gmail.com.
There you saw Lizzie in that ad. Lizzie Gruber made the decision going down to St. Joe's, a relief, I'm sure, for all of her family as well. And now Lizzie can enjoy the rest of the volleyball season, then into basketball, and then lacrosse. You know, there's so much specialization that goes on. Here you go, a kid from small-town Gardiner, Maine, getting a full athletic scholarship to Division I basketball. And she plays plays 3 sports.
Yeah.
And she's a great student and great ambassador for all the kids in the school. I mean, just fantastic.
Yeah.
Can't say enough good things about Lizzie.
Students like that, show you that it can be done, and there's just not enough 3-sport athletes anymore. Like you said, they're specializing, and some of these smaller schools suffer from that because they need those 3-sport athletes to fill teams.
Let's see what they do at quarterback here. You know, some teams don't have a second quarterback, so what they'll do is
put the running back and
they'll go gun. And this is Jimmy Cook, so they may be doing some wildcat stuff. Jim, we'll see. No, the quarterback's Cam Beal. Beal off to the right side. Now he's just going to toss it out of bounds.
Yeah, looks like we got a block in the back or a hold.
The Brunswick Dragons had such a run of success winning the Pine Tree Conference year after year after year. And it just goes to show you, it's just, it's one of those things. Every public school program is, for the most part, it's going to ebb and flow. It's,
right.
As I used to say, I'm as smart as the kids that walk through the front doors of Gardiner Area High School. If they're great athletes, I'm pretty goddamn smart. You know, when Nate Sargent and Timmy Bonifant and Mike Medore and Patrick and Zach Burke and all those, Jimmy Curry and Josh Crow, all those great kids we had back in those 97, 98 years.
But
96, we won one game. We weren't doing much different in 96 than we were in 97. We just were a year older, and just got to bear with it. And I'm sure the Brunswick people will. One little jet sweep here coming across is Trevor Garish, and he's going to be rolled out. Showed some good wheels there.
Good speed on the Tiger defense at the linebackers and defensive backs. They've got some really good lateral movement.
I like what the Tigers did, call the timeout here. You're going to be impressed, folks, at home when you see all the little rugrats running around out here that are playing football. Our youth sports are in great shape, not just football, but all the youth sports. We got some tremendous people doing work in our youth program. And Shayna Epperson is one of those with AYS, and she's one of our sponsors. And the Eppersons out out your way.
Out my way.
Out your way, Jimmy.
Indiana
on
Road.
the Indiana Road. You've seen it. They're putting out that
they're busy
basketball court. Yep.
Yep.
So we went out. We got the aerial view with the drone. I took it out before they broke ground. And when I can find a minute we've been very busy with games down at the college lately. But as soon as I can find some time, I'm going to go out there. We'll take another shot, and we'll show you the difference between just the pasture land. And now they've got the court out there.
Yeah,
maybe when they get it finished up, they've got the pavement out there.
They've got the pavement out, and they got the poles up, and it's
AYS, just a tremendous, one of the great organizations doing stuff for youth in this community. So second down, 22. Tigers took their first time out. 3-5 defense for the Tigers. Back to pass as Beal wants to throw the inside screen, middle screen, incomplete.
That helps the Tigers a little bit with time. They don't have
Yeah,
to
stops the clock, and this would be a good opportunity for the Tigers if they do get it back to go. They've got this game in command, but it would be a wonderful opportunity to run the 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
Really get some stuff going that way.
Wait,
Tigers are playing the guys deep. Farias is back deep. Cole Brand back deep as well. Just about midfield.
You mentioned the youth coach, the cheerleaders, the future of the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Cheerleaders looks great,
We'll
too.
give you a shot there, too, all the young cheerleaders in. Jeannie Moody, a legend in coaching cheerleaders. Beer wants to throw. Avoids the rush. He's a good runner. He's going to dance it to the outside. And now he throws late. And incomplete. So Beal.
Looked like he threw up a jump ball
Yeah,
there.
it was, and not that bad a decision. I like it. He bought time for himself, danced around, got to the sideline, looked like he was going to run, and then threw it at the last minute. He kind of put it up and gave his guy a chance, but now that'll stop the clock. 4th down, 22. Minute 24 left, as you see on the clock.
2 timeouts for Gardiner still.
Yeah, we got the Tigers unofficially at 2 timeouts, so back to punt. Trevor Garish. And Tigers are late to it. Weston will finally go back deep. That's driven out. That's a good punt. Tigers say we'll let this thing go. And with that field position, you will probably be content to go off here 20-0, unless you break a big run.
Yeah, try a couple things. First play running, and if you get a big run, then you can do something.
Yeah, Tigers probably want to manage this situation. It's nice to be greedy, but sometimes it's not the most astute thing to do. You'll take a 20-0 lead at the half, but we'll see what they do.
You don't want to let them back in the game with a quick turnover, and I believe Gardiner gets the ball to start the second half, too.
And Tigers will probably have gone to school a little bit on some of this. They come out heaving, but an underneath safe pass out to about the 27-yard line. That was to Colton Doobie out of the backfield. Tigers in hurry up under a minute. They'll get themselves set here. Bunch comes to the near side. Chadwick calls for it, wants a bootleg. Out in the flat.
Get out of bounds. Good
and
job.
Out of bounds. Well done by Evan Mishu. Well, thank you, Dan Bessie. Dan's chiming in, a longtime Brunswick fan. His son Will was one of the great running backs in the Pine Tree Conference back several years ago. We covered a lot of Brunswick games back when we were doing more regional games, so everybody signed up for NFHS and knocked us out of the live streaming business at their school. Will was a terrific runner. Went to Bates. Wants to throw quickly, does, out of bounds. That won't hurt the Tigers on first down. It's more of a clock thing. Gary Verhill chiming in. Gary's in the recliner tonight. What do you know? Says too cold out for him tonight. Out on beautiful Sheepscot Lake. Gary. Join us for basketball again this year. Second down, right, Jim? Second down 10.
Yep, inside backers are coming. They picked it up.
Crossing pattern. Pretty good defense here by Brunswick. They'd give him that one. And underneath. Got the ball to Cole Brand. Tigers will take a timeout. So Lisa Tebow's chiming in. Now, Lisa had the best idea I've heard this week. So I ran into Lisa over Goggins, our great sponsor, over the Goggins. I was over there picking up some stuff, and Lisa was checking me out. And we got talking about the new Boosters Shack and stuff like that. And Lisa says, hey, you know what we should have is like a Boosters Club reunion thing when they get that shack done. Bring all the Boosters Club members back from all back over the years. And
that is a great idea.
That would be a tremendous idea. And I put Lisa right in charge of that. So Lisa's going to be in charge of whipping that up. All the great Boosters Club members that we've had over the years.
Yeah, I mean, people
making
don't realize
the French fries and.
You know, they don't realize how much they support high school athletics. The budget doesn't cover everything, and the boosters are there to help out.
Chadwick wants to throw. Got time. Going to launch it out. He's got his man wide open. Down the left side, the 30, and out of bounds. Maybe out of bounds. We'll see. That was Cole Brand again. That time Cole ran to the outside. Picked up a beautiful pass by Chadwick. Chadwick's getting great time, Jimmy. You're mentioning it. They're trying to blitz him, and that big offensive line for the Gardiner Tigers is walled up.
They must have ruled him out.
Well, normally the clock would start if he stayed in bounds when they get the chain set, but he was out of bounds, so it'll start on the snap. Tigers still milking some timeouts. They'll bunch right side. Chadwick being throwing situation here. He has been on the money. Chadwick going to bootleg. He's got pressure. Throws it quickly and can't get his man. As the pressure made the pass in behind Evan Mishu.
Yeah, 54 for Brunswick is getting a lot of pressure. He's getting up in the middle. They're doing
that's Tyler Maxim. He's just a sophomore. They got some good young players. Well, Dave Dyer put a post out on Twitter. He's got about sausage, 2 sausage, French fries, doughboy, and he's from the KJ, and he says these concessions are unbelievable down here at Gardiner. Back to pass. Chadwick wants to throw now on time. Throws, and they'll get a foul called here. Penalty is going to be on the bump. I think they've got Jimmy Cook coming in over the top of Corliss as Corliss ran that slant.
Well, you might see field goal action, Coach. If
yes, wouldn't be a bad opportunity for the Tigers to take a shot at a field goal. Corliss is 2 for 3 tonight on extra points. The one that did not go was a bad snap, not his fault. He's been solid. every good snap and hold he's kicked through this year. So
Kicking game's so important.
but the Tigers still holding those timeouts, so they've got some time here with 15-2. You could run the ball and call a timeout. They're going to throw on rhythm to the outside. And Evan Mishu again.
Looks like
A
he
little hasty.
felt some open area there and tried to head upfield. That only took 3 seconds off the clock. That's good.
Sarah Hasty says, great camera work, Beth. Well, I want to let you know it's Calvin Mason running the camera tonight, Sarah. Beth is actually running the camera for the team. That looks like offside.
Yeah, he was in there early.
Thrown and down, and I don't know why there was no flag on that one. I mean, he was in the backfield almost at the snap.
He had a running start from 5 yards back, and I think that's why he was wide open, because nobody moved.
Yeah, Beth is doing the camera work for the team, and Calvin doing the camera work here tonight for Munsing Media. But he is doing a fantastic job, as always, Calvin Mason. 3rd down and 10, 11-2. Might want to get it in the end zone, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Comes the pressure. Chadwick, pressure from behind, throws over the middle, incomplete. So now we'll see. Corliss is out there going through his kicking motion. Say, Coach, 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 I can hit it. Yeah, we're always pushing that box cast to folks. Tigers going to take a timeout and talk it over.
Coach, with that new booster shack, that's going to be in a spot where they'll be able to see the field.
Yes,
too.
it is. Yeah. And I'm also trying to figure out the technology. Years ago, we used to run a cable down to them in there and do it during the basketball games too. I'm trying to figure out how we could get a wireless signal down in there for the Boosters Club. So it would be great to get them real time. Of course, as folks have found out, if you're here watching the game live and then you're trying to watch a game on your phone, there's about a 45-second delay, and there's nothing we can do about that. That happens at the network level. Just whatever you do here has to go up to the cloud, be processed, and come back down. It just takes time. So they will try the field goal at the 20-yard line. Make it a 30-yard attempt for Corliss. Yeah, so we want to get out and see the goalpost. That's perfect, Calvin.
Make sure they cover the
Snap's
returner
good.
back there.
Corliss into it.
Cover him.
And that can be run back.
Good job. Good cut.
Nice cut there. And some running room. Corliss on the charge. Cuts him off. And that's a great effort. Boy, that's a great play by Trevor Garish. Probably their best play of the night right there on the return, on the missed shot, field goal live ball. So Brunswick did a good job putting the man back there. Good coaching by them. And they get it out over midfield, but the clock will run out. So the Tigers, they will leave the field. You see the scoreboard. Tigers lead this one 20-0. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Remember, 20-minute halftime. We're hoping to get Barry Warren up here. I'm not sure if they get the message down there. But if not, Jimmy and I will tell some war stories from back in the day when we come back to Hope Field after these messages.
At a family's time of loss, making arrangements with those you know and trust can lessen the burden so you may better focus on preparations and services. Family First Funeral Homes and Cremation Care's network of long-established, family-managed firms is here for families like yours, providing experienced and compassionate service throughout Central Maine. They are Lowry Brothers and Wheeler Funeral Homes in Fairfield and Oakland, Knowlton and Hewins and Roberts Funeral Homes, serving Augusta and Winthrop, and Staples Funeral Home for families in Gardiner, Maine. Each staff is experienced at accommodating the unique needs of the families we serve, as well as pre-arranging services for individuals. All of the Family First locations stay true to our traditions and commitment to the communities we've served for decades. Together, we join with you to celebrate lives well lived. Family First Funeral Homes and Cremation Care, where your family is our family.
When you choose a financial institution to entrust your hard-earned money to, bigger is not necessarily better. Will you be noticed? Will you be heard? At Gardiner Federal Credit Union, our members aren't account numbers, they're our friends and neighbors. Each member has a vote, a voice. What matters to you matters to us. Lending decisions are based not solely on your credit score, but on who you truly are. We work diligently to end hunger. We volunteer in our local schools and throughout the community supporting neighborhood events. We are local people making local decisions, investing in our members and giving back to our communities. Gardiner Federal Credit Union, where your money has a voice.
Feel like cooking dinner? Call Capsa's Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Capsa's tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsaspizza.com.
If you want to boost your energy, metabolism, and nutrition, try one of Northeast Nutrition's 85 energizing teas. Fruity, made with natural aloe, stevia, and herbal and green teas. Or have a low-carb 200 to 300 calorie shake for breakfast or lunch. Choose from over 50 flavors like Fluffernutter or Pumpkin Turtle Cheesecake. Northeast Nutrition also has customized protein iced coffees, caffeine-free options for the kiddos, and specialty drinks for athletes. Northeast Nutrition, 599 Main Avenue, Farmingdale. Follow on Facebook at Northeast Nutrition and Energy.
At our firm, we have the client and only the client in mind. Our mission is to get to know and understand your needs, wants, and long-term goals. We want to help you develop, implement, and monitor a strategy that's designed to address your individual situation. We understand the challenges families face today. From managing debt to saving for college to retirement, these personal finance challenges can be overwhelming. Our commitment is to utilize all of our resources to help you pursue your goals. We believe in thinking out of the box, and we are not afraid to challenge conventional wisdom in our approach to financial services and preserving wealth. All of our energy, commitment, and efforts are focused on you, the client, and your satisfaction.
Well, you're taking a look at the future of the Gardiner Tigers right down there, running around on the Tiger paws. They're having some fun out there, these kids and their coaches. Look at that, huh? Nothing like being out there on the turf. We'd have had to put water wings on some of those kids if we'd had the old grass field. I had a picture of the grass field I meant to put up on our broadcast tonight that I took several years ago, Jimmy. I came here morning to set up for a game.
Yeah.
And I was the only one here, and it had rained, like we just had.
Yeah.
And that rain there had puddles on the field, and we had a bunch of seagulls all over the field. I thought we were going to have to call it the Seagull Stadium.
Yeah.
So youth football night, and we got a representative of the Youth Football League. We're going to give Jeremy Bullock a headset right now and talk a little bit about things that are going on at the youth level. Thanks, Jeremy, for joining us up here in the booth during Youth Football Night, one of the coaches in youth football. Lots of kids out there having a great time and making the game fun for these kids. Tell us a little bit about how things are going with Gardiner Youth Football.
Well, first off, Coach, it's good to see you as always.
Good to see you
I didn't know I was going to be talking on the mic and on Munzing Media, but that's why I get paid the big bucks, I guess.
You know, when Coach says, Jeremy, do this, that there's no question, is
That's going to happen.
That's just going to happen.
It's going to happen. No, we're having a great year. We're finally shaking off the cobwebs of COVID. We're not dealing with quite as much logistical issues, with kids getting quarantined and stuff like that. So that helps make things a lot easier. We have a great board this year. They've helped out tremendously with, a lot of people don't realize there's just getting youth sports to run smoothly. It takes a lot of hard work and a lot of by the board members as well as the coaching staffs and stuff.
Well, Jeremy, it's a lot of former players like yourself. Who are some of the other former Tigers that are coaching throughout the ranks of youth football?
Oh, let me think.
I saw Shane Clancy's involved this year.
Yes, Fancy's
back.
The
fancy man is back from Tennessee.
He is. I'm trying to think. We have some. Well, we have some coaches that have moved from away, and then other coaches that are helping that actually didn't play. God, there's definitely some guys I'd love to have.
The man, the myth, the legend, right down the couple of booths right down there. Sam Shaw is back doing coaching again. Now, when I first came to town back in the 70s, Sammy was a young assistant coach in Gardiner youth football. And back in those days, they had in-house teams, if I remember right, Jimmy. That's the way it went. So you had like the Lions and the different names like that. And then Sam coached one of the teams. I think he coached Frank Smith's teams along with Addie Lawrence. I think they were a coaching pair back in the day, Dana's dad. And so we've had some great, tremendous people coaching in Gardiner youth football. And you got to turn that over, but at the same time, part of it is you want that lineage between what's happening at the varsity level. And I always used to tell the youth coaches, Jeremy, this was my verbiage to them. Make it fun for the kids. Don't lose any kids, because you know as well as I, sometimes the 5th, the 6th, even the 7th grader, and sometimes an 8th grader, the big kids will be a little bit gonky, and then, they find their body, they get in the weight room, and the next thing you know, the University of Maine's calling about them, right?
Oh, for sure.
So you got to give those kids a love for the game, and that's so important.
That's true, and with our program, we definitely try to. As the kids get older, you definitely scale up your expectations. But it's been great. I've enjoyed coaching. I got into this whole thing just wanting to be be a line coach and pass on some of that knowledge. And then right before COVID hit, I got asked to be the president. I wasn't smart enough to say no at the time, and here we are. But like a lot of the stuff that we're doing, it's really not rocket science. It's mostly just remembering what you and Coach Brown and Coach Burgess had us doing when I was here, and I try to copy that structure. I like to keep a good sense of humor with my kids, and especially the younger kids, establish a good rapport with them, make sure we learn their names, and we're just keeping it fun. And as we get older, and the other thing in the program that we like to stress is respect and making sure that we're representing Gardiner well. I mean, it's an unfortunate fact that in youth sports it's become more common to see a lot of disrespectful stuff from players, coaches, parents, and that's one of our main goals is not to just produce good football players, but respectful kids that make Gardiner proud. So. And
how do the kids feel about coming out here on the new Hokefield turf?
They're pretty excited about it, I think.
Have you played a game out here yet?
Yep, 7-8 opened against Coney. We lost a tough one last Sunday, and then we have another game 7-8 does against Mount Blue this Sunday at 2 o'clock.
All right, so get out here Sunday at 2 o'clock down here at Hokefield and catch the young Tigers in action. One of the things I always used to say is, get them talking Gardiner Tiger football talk. The things that we say, and that's why I always loved having guys like you and guys that played for us to go down and talk to those kids and talk Gardiner football. A play lasts for 7 seconds, always touch the line, swarm, all the things, those kinds of things. So it becomes part of the lineage and part of the program. And I'm so glad to see you guys down here doing a tremendous job with that, Jeremy. Thanks for coming on with us, and you're welcome to come anytime here.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. I'll try to make it back up.
Listen, you got a great radio voice, great voice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've got the great
radio voice.
Yeah. So why don't you throw us off the air? Say something like, "We'll be back for more from halftime after these messages." Give it a big boom. Go ahead.
We'll be back after halftime, right after these messages here at Hokefield.
Coaches know you can't win a game without proper planning and execution. Let Gosline Retirement Planning coach you into a confident retirement. Here at Gosline Retirement, we provide that proper planning and help you utilize a step-by-step approach on all facets of your retirement planning. We provide guidance on income planning, wealth management, understanding taxation, Medicare and long-term care, and legacy and estate planning. We pride ourselves on working hard for those who have worked hard their entire lives. So, schedule your appointment today and let the team at Gosline Retirement Planning put together a retirement game plan for you. The New England Aviation Academy is Maine's only official service training center and service training partner. NEAA is strategically located at the Brunswick Executive Airport in beautiful Brunswick, Maine, which is on the Atlantic coast and only an hour to the mountains in the western part of the state. The aircraft used by NEAA to train our students and rent to current pilots are all technically advanced airplanes, have the Cirrus airframe parachute system, and are the newest model generation. We train in the best equipment in the marketplace, which not only ensures clients are learning to fly aircraft the industry is utilizing on a daily basis, but also is the safest and most reliable. NEAA's facility at KBXM includes a spacious heated hangar, classroom space, and a private briefing room, which make for an optimal learning experience. So, come fly our 2021 Cirrus SR20 and experience the Cirrus life. JMH Associates is a boutique financial and management consulting firm that can provide customized solutions for your business or personal affairs. We can provide management expertise to your small business, personal financial guidance, and organizational structure for your personal and business needs. This will allow for better communication and execution with your other financial partners. We help establish businesses, we'll help you start a new business, and we can provide IT support for your business needs. We are JMH Associates. We're proud to be associated with MunsingMediaSports.com.
We're back. We're taking a look across the way. The legends on the chains. This is something Mark Pula started here. You see Mark in the middle of the screen there. And Mike Cody and Patrick Mertzel also over there, I believe. I'm trying to look across the field and see that. But to the far right is Barry Warren, Art's son Barry. His younger brother Brett was a terrific player for us as well back in the late 80s. Barry graduated in 1980 from Gardiner Area High School. And between them, their brother Brian was a tremendous track athlete here at the high school. But Barry was a great player on our 79 championship team. That's with the Hickey boys, along with Lee Arsenault at quarterback on that team. And Barry was a tight end on that team. Now, we didn't throw the ball a lot, but we played Coney in 78. It was after the state championship game that year, a game we lost to Skowhegan 9-6, the first overtime game in the history of Maine high school football. So we came in the Coney game as favorites, but not big favorites. And, it was kind of a loosey-goosey week for us. We just come off the state championship, a real intense thing, Jimmy. And,
that's hard.
So we kept it a little bit loose and all of that. And Coney was playing everybody up to attack the line of scrimmage. And so Coach Wolfgram called a couple of options plays, pass, reverse passes, fake handback pass, things of that sort. Former players will recognize that. And Barry had 2 touchdown catches on those heading into the end of the game. And so we're on the sidelines. I'm on the sidelines, always next to Coach Wolfgram, because I would, occasionally get to, get a play in or get a suggestion or something like that. Coach certainly didn't need my suggestions on anything. But this one particular time, so it's getting towards the end of the game, and we got a commanding lead. And Coach Wolfgram called 31 toss. Now, if you played for us, 31 toss is to the right side, the one side, to the tailback, Danny Hickey. And it's a run play, 31 toss.
Right. Yeah.
But we also had 31 toss pass. And somehow, some way, from Coach Wolfgram to Tim Purington, Timmy was the quarterback that 78 year. It was 79 that Lee was the quarterback. But 78, Timmy Purington, great player for us, was the quarterback. And he called 31 toss pass. So we're looking at the play, Coach Wolfgram and I, and as soon as the play started, I recognized the little route that the Danny Hickey was taking from tailback a little deeper,
yeah.
Like when you throw the ball.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, my God, we're running toss pass, I say. And we did, and Barry's wide open, caught it for his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Wow.
Right? In the Coney Gardiner game. everybody is so excited and ecstatic and clapping and cheering. The fans are going crazy. The sideline's going nuts, except for one person. I'm going to give you one guess, Jimmy.
I'm guessing he was the guy you were standing next to.
It was the guy I was standing next to, John Wolfgram, who had called 31 toss. He wanted to run the ball. It got miscommunicated in the huddle, and he was beside himself mad. I had to calm him down so he wouldn't, rip into Timmy Purington. Timmy just misheard it. He heard 31 toss pass. So anyway, that's how Barry Warren got 3 touchdown catches against the Coney Rams in the 1978 game. So Barry, great guy, and that's a great thing that Mark's doing. For all of the games, all the home games, bringing in a guest chain member over there. First game we had Gary McAllister. Gary was a gunslinger in the Joe Namath mold back when we first came to town, 75, 76. First quarterback I ever coached. He'd have been something in an offense, a spread-type offense, because he could sling it. Of course, we didn't sling it very often.
Right.
We're hitting the ball to the tailback a lot of times. Pat Soroyce was our tailback back then. But just a tremendous family, the Warrens. His dad, Art, left us way too soon. Art was a great community member and a terrific principal and such a caring, kind, considerate, tough, hard-nosed guy.
Had an impact on a lot of kids.
He had a great impact on so many people and adults as well. Yeah, he was a great mentor to a great many people. Well, let's take a look at some of the great plays here in this first half as we'll zoom out and show you a little bit of the crowd here that has come in here. The band played great. You heard the band. Saw Dave Walker doing his conducting.
Good crowd tonight.
Nice crowd tonight.
Youth nights always bring good crowds.
Oh, yes, they do.
But, yeah, it's a nice night for football, and Tigers are taking advantage of turnovers.
So we'll take a look at some of the highlights of the first half. This is going to be the Cole Brand interception here. Tigers had a couple of interceptions. Brand's got 2 of them. Good pressure here up front. And Cole's just going to jump in. See him come inside out. Makes a great interception. Wow. On the replay, that's even more impressive.
Yeah.
Tipped the ball to himself, Jim.
Yeah.
Fantastic job by Cole.
Great concentration there.
Here's the Tigers' first touchdown. Burgess down the right side. Just a little stay pass. Got some good blocking on the perimeter. Makes the cut back here. Going to go stumble. Watch it. Put the left hand down. Stumble, bumble, never fumble. Get in the end zone. He does for the touchdown for the Tigers. Tigers with good poise in the red zone here tonight. This is the guard trap up inside. Doobie. Untouched from 8 yards, in for the touchdown for the Tigers. That's their second touchdown. Kick was good, made it 14-0. Tigers. Tigers will score again. Not quite here. This is the pass, the cross pass to Kristen coming left to right. Zach almost gets in the end zone, and the Tigers will finish that off with a 1-yard Chadwick touchdown run. Chadwick empty set, just makes that one-man miss. Dashes up inside into the end zone for the touchdown. That made it 20-0. Extra point no good on a poor snap, and that's where we stand, 20-0. So Tigers with a commanding performance, and Brunswick, unfortunately, has lost their quarterback. Hope he's going to be okay. As he went out, we saw him go off on the cart at the half, so we're hoping that Quinn McCaffrey is going to be okay. Cam Beal came into the game at quarterback, showed some good poise back there. Probably not as poised a passer, and certainly it's a step down when you got to go to your second quarterback at the high school level. It's usually a little bit hard to get through that and still run all the plays that you want to be able to make.
Yeah, they just don't get the same reps during the week, and be interesting to see what kind of offense they come out with if they're going to run the ball a little bit out of that quarterback position. He looked like he's got some speed and some good vision on the field.
Mike Golden sharing with us that Gardiner Youth Football started in the fall of 1971. So that was fantastic. Piece of information. That would have been, Mike, you can check me on this. 1971, I believe Bob Weber was still head coach of the Gardiner Tigers. I believe O'Neill LaPlante started his 72, 73, 74. He had 3 seasons beginning in 72, I think. Glad you joined us here for Gardiner Tiger football.
Tigers have been really balanced tonight, Coach.
Yes, they have. Yeah,
spreading the ball out to different receivers. Some nice runs up the middle.
Yeah, we're getting official word from the coaching staff that Quinn McCaffrey is going to be out and that Cam Beal will be in at quarterback. He's got a knee injury, so we hope he's going to be okay. Tigers are going to receive the second half kickoff. Remember, Brunswick won the toss and elected to receive. Tigers turned them over. Didn't score in that first possession, but as Jimmy pointed out very correctly, changed the field, and the field tilted towards the Tigers pretty much the whole first half, Jim.
Yeah.
Little kind of nub kick picked up at the 20. This is Graham Withy's going to be wrapped up. Cole is wrapped up at about the 23, 24 yard line. Former Tiger great Alonzo Corner. Jimmy, back in your head coaching time.
Hello, Zoe.
You were smart enough to give him the ball, Jim. Anytime we had a great running back like Alonzo, get him the ball.
Oh, some great memories and some great runs he had.
Tigers stay with it on first down carry by Doobie. He's going to get a couple of tough yards up inside. Stansfield on the tackle for the Brunswick.
Going back to hurry-up offense here.
Yeah, Tigers did this in rhythm before. Doobie, the running back, to Chadwick's right. Comes the blitz, run blitz.
Boy.
And a pretty good positive run out of getting hit in the backfield by Doobie.
Brunswick is sending 54 in a gap every time.
Yeah, sometimes the thing to realize is that if a team wants to stop something, they can do it. But what are they giving you? And we saw what the Tigers did is they started going with that short little flat pass game or the state passes to the outside. If you want to bring that edge player and leave one guy to cover two, here's the bootleg again. Chadwick wants to throw, does. Drills it down, and he makes the reception. That's a great play. Great catch across the way. That was Kristen on the catch, I believe. All the way across. We're blocked a little bit.
I think it was Kristen. Cole Brand was over there, but I think Kristen's the one that got the ball.
Coney 20, Wyndham 10 at the half. Update from Mike Golden. Here comes the blitz. Tigers are going to throw it out in the flat. There it is, wide open again. Mishu with a good move at the 50.
Nice.
He's at the 40. Down inside goes Evan Mishu. You saw the quick feet by Evan. Evan, he missed a couple of those. I'm sure they told him at halftime, Evan, you're wide open. Concentrate on the ball. Catch it. Turn upfield. And that's exactly what he did. He took the coaching, and he made a terrific play. And that place there, we talked about the flat. Well, Adi Prescott watching. Adi.
They got one guy to cover two out there, and it's...
Yep. Well, the blitz guy came through, but he ran right by. And Doobie didn't want to go down. Inside the 25 to the 24-yard line goes Doobie. Adi Prescott, one of the great players in Gardiner football history.
Yeah.
Adi was a great kicker, the old straight-on kicker. He kicked a winning field goal against Oxford Hills in a monsoon. Funny story about that is Coach Wolfgram kept asking Coach Burgess and I, can we hit it? Where's the ball? Where's the ball? And we knew if we told him exactly where the ball was, he wouldn't kick it. So we kind of lied a little bit, white lie, and told him it was like 5 or 6 yards closer because nobody could see anything.
Yeah.
And because we knew Adi could make it. And so we did. Of course, we got in trouble when Coach saw it on the film that we didn't tell him the right yard line. But
was he wearing the flat shoe? I know
that
was big
did.
back then.
Well, there's the clap.
Yep.
And Brunswick read the clap, and the Tigers got smart. They went, we're going to clap, but don't go anywhere.
Good discipline.
Yeah. Well, you have that little thing. You do. You fake snap. I don't know what they call it. That's what I would call it out of that. Yeah. Because they were timing up the blitz with the clap. So you clap and you hold it. Little read inside, dance outside. Doobie, he's going to be stood up, but not before he's got some good yardage.
Good tackle.
That was a good tackle. I want to give credit for that tackle.
Number 4, I think it was.
That was Liam Skoll. Well, this is good methodical drive by the Tigers. Little pass, little run. Corliss will go to the top of the screen. Boy, he's got a slam. If he can get inside, he's got a touchdown. Corliss is going to go to the end zone. Thrown across, and here comes a late flag, another flag. We got flags flying from heaven. I don't know if they grabbed somebody on the way across. They
don't know if
they hit the tight end, Christian, coming left to right again, which they have done on that bootleg has been nice for the Tigers. Chadwick throws so well on the run. Is that Christian coming off a little bit?
Yeah. Spence went in for him.
Might have got hit on the ribs a little bit there. Let's see what the call is going to be, Jimmy. I have no idea what this is. Ineligible downfield, it looks like. Tigers had somebody downfield on it.
Usually that happens when it takes a lot of time, but that didn't really take a lot of time.
So I don't know, maybe the tight end got covered, Jimmy, went out. Don't know, have to look at it.
Boy,
Tigers, quick pitch, incomplete out to the right side. Trying to get Mishu out there again. That little flat pass they've had success with. Tigers up 20-0. We're in the third quarter, just underway.
Getting Chadwick on the move is is the best option. Just because 54 is in the backfield and he can get around him in a rollout.
Former Tiger Dale Kenny watching. Dale was a tough, hard-nosed defensive end we had back in the late 70s. Chadwick got a big hole.
Good cut.
Cuts it left. Cuts it left again. Still on his feet. Whoa! He's down inside the 5-yard line. Goes Chadwick. That's a run for the highlight reel right there. He just makes people miss. He's so quick and he's got such limp-leggedness.
Two jump cuts to the left.
Well, Tigers were going to go hurry up, but there's an injured player, so that'll give us time maybe to take a look at this one. Here it is. Watch Chadwick. Starts right. Plants that right foot, goes left. He's just got such great hips. He's limp. He gives you that limp leg.
Yeah.
And Tigers will pound it in with Doobie, his second touchdown of the game. This one from about the 2-yard line. Touchdown Tigers. So Doobie with 2. Chadwick's got a 1-yard touchdown run. And the 34-yard pass reception to Burgess, the 4 Tiger touchdowns. The hold is down. The kick is up. It looks good and is good. That's a nice kick by Theron Corliss. So the Tigers, their first drive of the second half, results in points. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Brunswick will receive the kickoff when we come back after this.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their health care just didn't cover it.
I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
Well, we got former players watching all over the place. It's fantastic to see. I just gave Dale Kenny a shout-out, the tough defensive end. Lee Arsenault's watching from Florida.
Coach, I don't know what happened, but we got great field position for the kickoff here.
Yeah, it must have been a personal foul. Lee Arsenault was the quarterback on that 79 team. We stole a lot of games that 79 year. I can remember up at Lawrence, behind at the end of the game, we'd put a new play in. Wait for the kickoff to get over that. And that's going to be picked up inside the 5 in trouble in Tiger Town for the Brunswick Dragons, just up over the 12 or 13-yard line. So, we're running Danny Hickey a lot. We were running a lot of like 83, 87 rip kind of deal out of 300, 700 formation. So what we did is we went and we put Danny in regular T formation. We faked belly to the strong side and ran Danny Hickey out into the left flat. Now, Danny hardly ever went out for a pass, and we ran the play. The only time I think we ran the play, and Lee put it right on the money to Danny Hickey right in front of our bench. Danny turned it up, went for a long touchdown. Remember that, Lee? That was one of the great plays that we ever had. I think it was one I designed, so I was really happy about it. Little wildcat here for the Dragons. Lee was also a great pitcher for me back when I coached baseball. People forget I coached baseball, Jimmy. Nobody remembers.
I didn't.
In fact, a lot of the new folks around here, they think I'm that old guy that does video. I mean, they don't even know I coach anything. Dragons with some work to do, and they're behind the 8 ball as they have lost their quarterback is out for the game. Unfortunately, went down with an injury, a knee injury. Quinn McCaffrey, Quinn's going to be okay. Back up on the center here, kind of in a wing T set.
Yeah.
They're going to run toss left, try to keep it simple. Tigers swarm to it. A couple of tough yards there, left side. Well, the Dragons are rebuilding, as we said. They'll put this program back together. They're one of the bigger schools in Class B, so they're going to have the population. And again, you've got to have that youth program up and cooking. And I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not as familiar with what's going on down at Brunswick now as when we were down there a lot. Back when Coach Cooper was down there, and of course, our Scott Curtis was a great offensive line coach for them down there. Scotty used to keep me appraised of what was going on.
Yeah.
Come the Tigers out in the left flat, and that's going to be overthrown. Good coverage by the Tigers out there. It was Caden Weston on the coverage. He had good blanket coverage there on Trevor Garish there. Good wide receiver. 4th down, 7. Tigers going to get some good field position here. Cole Brand will go back. And Caden Weston and dual receivers back there. I like this. You know, I'm not one of those guys that always lives in the past, but there's certain things, particularly on kick game, I think you can get ahead of yourself on kick game. Coach Wolfgram taught me, obviously, he always talked about, we'll talk about this, and all our players heard this a million times, and so hasn't Jimmy, that, you know, your kick game is 1/3 of your game, and you have to treat it like that. And you know, Jimmy, as well as I do from coaching, that so you got to coach that. You got to dedicate a third of your practice time to that, and we always did. And I know you picked up from you know, being with Coach Wolfgram and with me that and Brownie that, you know, you got to do it.
Yeah.
And you got to have a good kick game. And don't get too complicated with kick game. You keep it simple, stupid, you know, on kick game. Keep it simple, do it right. And my mantra was always, I never want to have a punt blocked. Because I think it's the most devastating play in football is a block punt. So we would work forever. You remember we would work our way from the end zone all the way up and have different punt alignments and stuff like that. But we always stayed pretty much in tight. I would give up a little coverage for more protection. Yeah. And it's just the old school in me. Don't forget, I was playing football 50 years ago. That's probably why I talk like this. But, you know.
Well, we used to only put one guy in the backfield to block. It seems like they have more people in the backfield now, but they still get blocked.
Good snap. And this is well executed. Good job, Brunswick. Ball's going to hit.
Yeah, that helped them out.
That's a tremendous job on kick game by Brunswick. Well done. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's well done.
Well, special teams, you know, is a momentum changer when you break a kickoff run, or you know, I just remember days with Mike Medore running, you know, taking it off up the middle, and it just gets you off to a good start.
Yeah, we had one kickoff return, double wedge. That's all we ever ran.
That's right.
For all the years I was here with Coach Wolfgram and with me.
Yeah.
And you would see, you know, a couple of times a year we'd break one right up the middle. You get that kid back there going north and south, and you know, head coach Patrick Munzing, he ran some kickoffs back for touchdowns. Mike Medore. The best touchdown kickoff in the history of my coaching career was the Coney game, 1997.
That's one I think I remember. When just opened right up.
Well, what happened is nobody would kick the ball to Nate Sargent that year because you just wouldn't. It wouldn't be smart. So they'd always kick it away from him. And So Coney comes, and the ball leaves, and it goes, and I go, oh, my God, they kicked it to Nate. And before I could finish the sentence, Nate was standing in the end zone.
Yeah. Couple track stars there.
Well, this isn't going to be as good a punt, but the roll is pretty effective out over the 40 as they had to punt it again. So Tigers up 27-0, 6:38. This has got the potential of getting away from the Dragons. They're kind of behind the 8 ball right now, having given up a touchdown here, the Tigers' first possession, giving them good field position here. You know, it's funny, Jimmy, because Coach Burgess and I did a game the year that Brunswick played down at Bowdoin College. So that would have been like 2019.
Okay.
Not that long ago. And the game is exactly opposite.
Oh.
This is what Brunswick did to us.
Yeah.
So just that many short years ago.
It doesn't take long, and then you throw COVID in the middle of it,
Yep.
and you don't know what kids are doing during those times because you're very limited as to what you could do with them.
So Tigers rip off a big one on first down. They pretty much are dictating the terms of this contest right now are the Gardiner Tigers. We're glad you've been able to join us here tonight on Tiger Football.
Yeah, looks like they were going
False
with
start there.
that fake snap again. Because you're
So,
right, 54 is
yeah.
timing that up perfect.
So, as you know, Jimmy, we used to call the plays in from the sideline, very unsophisticated communication method. Yell out there 37 rip, right?
Yeah.
And I remember up at Mount Blue one night, and Mount Blue knew what we were doing. And James Black, one of their good defensive players, I'll finish the story off this place.
Yeah.
Set first down 15 for the Tigers.
But they're all in the box now.
Tigers will run it up the middle. So what we decided to do, we caught that he was listening, telling everybody what the play was. So what got with Timmy Bonifant, I said, Timmy, on the second play of the series, I want you to throw a 38 keep pass, 8 flag only to Nate Surgeon.
Yeah.
But I'm going to call a different play. Ignore it. So that's exactly what we did. Second play of the series, I yelled out 37 rip, and they all came up for the run. Nate ran wide open. Uh-oh. This is back behind Chadwick. He's going to get on it smartly.
Just covering it.
So you can play little games like that. Well, Tigers certainly got to work that snap out. That's the second one that's got away. And, in a game when you're ahead 27-0, I mean, you say, oh, geez, we got to work on that. But, if you're in a tie game or something like that, that's that could be a killer. Excuse me. So it's third down, 31. It's when I used to let you call the play, Jimmy, when you're coaching with me.
Guard trap.
What do you got?
Guard trap.
They're going to throw it down the sideline. Back shoulder throw out of bounds. So Tigers will punt for the second time tonight.
Yeah, not a lot of plays for 3rd and 31.
Well, I just want to put out there we're getting some negative reaction on Facebook with some of the comments on the Brunswick program. Just remember, there's kids out there playing. They really don't need to hear any of this negative type stuff. And as we said, they're kids, 16, 17, 18 years old. Driven out, nice punt. Going to hit down and roll down inside the 10. So that's a good punt by Cole Brand from his 40-yard line down inside the 10. So in Class A, Oxford Hills looks like the class of Class A right now as they beat a strong Thornton Academy team. Thornton Academy is going to play Skowhegan coming up. That's going to be a heck of a crossover game because Skowhegan is loaded. And Tigers will head up to Skowhegan. Is it next week, I think? We don't know if we can do that game on the road. These ones on the road are iffy. I usually call on Monday to see if they'll let us come up and do the game. I believe I have Friday off from the college, so I could go up and do that if they'll let me do it. I'd like to see Skowhegan.
Yeah.
We'll be whoever plays Skowhegan is going to be a decided underdog this season. They are loaded for bear. Little quick pitch left side, and Tigers swarm to it.
Well, it's like you said earlier, Coach. Programs go through phases, and Oxford Hills was down for a while, and
Yeah.
now they're back to Oxford Hills football. So it is. It's just it's a cyclical thing, and it really depends on your youth programs. If you can keep a consistent youth program, you can have a good varsity program for solid years.
And that's why it was heartening to see the number of kids out there, out in the center of the field, the Tiger Paws, and as Jeremy Bullock told us, Coach Bullock told us, in good shape. Tigers forcing unit blows it up there.
Well, and I liked how Jeremy said, they're not just creating football players; they're creating good young men, and it sounds like they're keeping it fun down there, keeping them engaged so that they like the game of football and come back.
Well, that's exactly what you want. You want kids enjoying the game, learning a love for the game. You don't need to be running wind sprints with 7th graders and 8th. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until their tongues are hanging out. I mean, it's
not
I
a
used
lot
to
of
say,
fun.
send me a kid that just loves football. We'll make him football players. Tough snap for Beal. He's going to be under pressure. Throws it, delivers a nice ball, and completes it out over the 23-yard line.
Good composure there.
That was a beautifully executed play.
I think he
Miss you with the tackle for the Tigers, but that's the play of the game so far for Brunswick.
I think he tipped it and then had to do a full 360 and then throw it.
Yeah, we're going to see it right here. I think the ball might have got tipped. Under pressure is Beal. He steps into this nicely and delivers a good ball right out there to McCaffrey. Wants to throw here, Beal on the run. Now he throws
Across his
and
body,
completes
nice.
it.
Well done.
Hit Trevor Garish.
That's a tough throw for anybody, running to your left and throwing back to the middle.
First down for the Dragons. Well executed drive. They came out from their 10-yard line. Remember, at the end of the game, we'll have the Capsa Pizza player of the game as well as Northeast Nutrition and Energy player of the game. I can't remember which award we give to which. Chris will have to help me out on that. Which one's defense? It really doesn't matter. We're going to give out 2 awards. Down and, the Tigers would have had an interception, but they collided with each other.
That was Cole Brand again,
Cole
too.
would have had a hat trick for the Coney's up on Wyndham 27-10. Coney has had a hellacious schedule. They really have had probably the toughest schedule in the state.
Boy, I think the second quarterback's down here, Coach.
Boy. So we hope he's going to be okay. Beal's been doing a good job back there, but he's making people miss and stepping up and delivering the ball. But
well, that's what's impressive is Brunswick has there's no quitting them. They're playing hard. They're still, focused and trying to play good football.
So Cam Beal's going to come up. So if we need another quarterback, it'll be Robert Bowen. Number 10 will be coming into the game, according to the coaches. Chris ran over and got that. Yeah, so Coney, as I said, tough. They've played Oxford Hills. Played Skowhegan. We'll have the Coney Gardiner game coming up in October. It's always a fun night. And we're working towards the giving out the Coach John Burgess Whatever It Takes award. We're in communication with Coach Burgess and his wife Marge. Weekly, Beth and I checked in with them, and we don't know that Coach would be able to make it for a game. It's week to week. So we will probably schedule it, and then hopefully Coach can make. Excuse me. So they run a little wildcat up left side.
Yeah.
So Robert Bowen. Evan Mishu. Evan's been in a lot of tackles tonight.
Well, prior to the injury there, Brunswick was moving the ball pretty good. It was
Yes, they were.
probably their best series tonight.
Tigers in that 3-5 defense. Coach Caldwell calling the defensive sets here. Off the left side, out over the 45-yard line, banged down by the Tigers forcing unit. John Susi, big senior, number 75 in. Yeah, Rex Ryan doesn't like us talking about the old days, but you know, we talk about the pride, tradition, and excellence of Gardiner Tiger football. We get a lot of former players watching and all that, so this is what you're going to get, Rex. Sorry. Sweep Tigers all over it.
Yeah.
Going to be a little lost there.
I wonder if one of the injured players was one of their punter as well.
Well, you don't know that. Yeah, I'm almost 70 years old now, Jimmy. I'm done apologizing for anything. As I used to tell people that used to come up and want to tell me how to run plays, I used to say, oh, stop right there. You're under the mistaken impression that I value your opinion, and I want you to let you know I don't. Doobie off the right side.
I always thought it'd be a good fundraiser if you put it out there to let a fan call the first play of the second half.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Have a raffle, and the winner gets to call the first play of the second half. Be a huge fundraiser.
Well, back in the day, one of the baseball teams did that. Whether they should bunt in a particular time, and they held up place cards or something. Back in the 50s. I'll get in trouble for saying that, so I won't tell you that story.
Yeah.
So we'll play 3, 27-0. We're back. We'll play the fourth quarter. We'll come back after this.
At Randolph Hardware, our game plan is simple. We offer way more than just hardware, but it all starts with a promise. We have what you need and always with a smile. We have a huge selection of paint, plumbing, electrical, and gardening supplies to help you complete simple projects to major home renovations. We also offer a rental center, factory authorized power equipment repair, and the best tool selection around. So stop in today and let the Randolph Hardware team help make your project a winner.
We thank our great sponsor, Randolph Hardware. You know, it's getting to be fall, Jimmy. Those leaves are going to be coming down.
Yeah, driving over here, I saw some turning colors.
Remember, you'll need to come over to my house, rake the lawn this year. Part of your job as once a media. If you need any items here for your fall cleanup, you get right over to Randolph Hardware. Tell them you want their sponsorship of Munzing Media Sports. We'll have volleyball for you Thursday.
You said the volleyball team's undefeated. That's they're still kind of a fairly new program.
Yeah, boy, they're coming on strong. Yeah, Rex should probably tune into volleyball. I don't have any stories about volleyball. Down the left side it goes, deep for the Tigers, incomplete. And then we're going to get pass interference, face guarding, I believe. I don't know. That wasn't bad coverage.
I didn't think so.
50-50 coming up, Jimmy.
678.
That's a pretty good amount.
I could buy a new leaf blower with that.
Yeah, bring it over, try it at my house. Just after I got done coaching, Jimmy, in the 2000 season, I went up to watch you guys play at Mount Blue. Wasn't pretty.
No.
But I won the 50-50 up there. It was a bundle of money. I thought, this is pretty darn good. This idea of retirement is pretty good. Yeah, Mike Gold said, what would the field conditions be out there? We talked about it at the beginning, Mike. It would be a quagmire out there. It would have been difficult playing on this field after all that rain. It's a tremendous community effort that we have here in Tiger Town to put this field, and Coney too. Isn't it something? The two oldest rivalries in the state of Maine played the first football game, right, back in the old days, back to 1892, and both got turf fields the same year.
Yeah.
It's this will be the first time in the history of that series, going back to 1892, that the game will be played on turf.
Wow, that's something.
Incomplete. Second down, 10 now for the Tigers after that. Now they'll come out and find Burgess over here. They ought to find him. He already scored a touchdown tonight. Into the end zone. And I don't know, the catch might have been made. Was the catch made? Because that'll run off battery, and that's running off battery. So we're just going to have to finish it. Well, folks, we want to let you know the power went off up here in the press box. It blipped off. It did come back on, but that doesn't do us much good because it takes time for the internet and everything to come back online. So,
oh, good bad snap, and he took it and went around the corner. The touchdown run was by Wyatt Chadwick.
So we're back, but we don't have our computer or graphics or anything. Chris is going to try to bring that back up online. 11:15 left. We just started the fourth quarter. Now that it's 35, we'll have running clock here for unless the Brunswick scores a touchdown, it goes under 35. So we're trying to explain to you what happened here is losing power up here knocked us off. Even though the power came back up quickly, some of the lights are out, I notice, across the way as well. We've only got 3 lights on across the way, so something happened. Kickoff is going to go down into the end zone. That'll be a touchback as the impetus of the ball causes the touchback. So we will bring you the rest of this game in somewhat of darkness, it appears, across the way. As once the lights go off, it takes them a while. They have to cycle them back on. So that's where we are. So we'll give you a radio-type play-by-play of this, down distance and whatnot, since we no longer have the scoreboard. We're taking the feed right out of our camera, right into our encoder, and sending it out to you, minus the graphics and all that we have for the computer. So we'll probably stay right with this way. Chris is working hard to get it back up. Hey, thanks everybody for all the fine comments. I didn't mean to stir anything up.
Tigers look like they're getting some young guys in here now.
Yeah, we'll try to bring those to you. And Brunswick will try to. It's okay. When you have a situation like this, Jimmy, I mean, I've been on both ends of this. You know, you may keep your kids in the game because you want to have some success.
Right.
You know, against the second.
Gain some confidence.
Yeah, gain some confidence. It's okay. Everybody gets that, and there's no problem with doing that at all. Of course, Brunswick's up against it anyway, as Robert Bowen is now in at quarterback number 10. He's their third quarterback of the night, as starter Quinn McCaffrey went out.
He probably wasn't expecting to take snaps tonight.
And Cam Beal came in, did a nice solid job, but then he went out. So some young kids getting the opportunity for the Dragons by necessity, and the Tigers getting some young kids in by scoreboard. So this is a great opportunity for the JV unit. They did lose one of the games this year that they did not play, but they've been playing. So these kids are getting some work as well, which is really, really nice.
Yeah,
glad to see it.
JV games are difficult now. You know, injuries and low numbers in programs. It's hard to get JV games every week.
9:19, moving clock. Third down, 9 for Brunswick. Excuse me. Off the left side. Spin move. Good little gain, 6-7 yards.
Yeah.
It's okay if he doesn't have that top camera. He can use the side camera okay. Right, Evan, you're okay with that, Calvin? So we're trying to get back up on, get back up online here. We were trying to call the game and coach the technology and do all that. Jimmy's no help. He wouldn't know which way to plug anything in.
No.
No. Jimmy's retired as athletic director out at Oak Hill, has more time, and we're tickled that you're able to join us here in these games, Jimmy.
I'm enjoying it.
Some tough shoes to fill. Filling in for the old
you
Coach B, huh?
Yeah, you can't fill them. You just do the best you can, I think. Ooh, good pressure.
That's a heck of a punt.
Good punt, yeah.
It's going to bounce back over the 50-yard line, so Tigers will take over. Then we fully expect to see So So as we said, we encountered power issues here that knocked us off the air.
We should have an extra point coming up here.
So we should be back up again. We'll try to recap. Tigers have scored a couple of touchdowns here. They've got a late guy coming in motion. That started bad and got worse. So Tigers ran somebody in late. Snap was muffed. It looks like we're back now. Okay. So let me tell you what's going on here. Tigers have scored a couple of touchdowns. It's 41-0 right now. We're with a moving clock because of the score differential. There was a power outage up here. Not sure what that was caused by, but I hope they'll work on it. You know, we've got a lot of concessions going on and things plugged in and whatnot, and it just blipped off. But when it blips off, it shuts all our systems down. It becomes very difficult for us to get back on the air because we have to restart everything in a certain sequence. And we finally were able to complete that sequence. As you see, we're back on the air. We don't have our scoreboard up, but we do have picture and sound. I suspect here. You can let us know at home, and we're sorry about that, but it's got nothing to do with us. I mean, we can make plenty of trouble for ourselves, but this is not caused by us.
Good cut.
Well, we heard coming in that a pretty impressive play would be Trevor Garish, and he has been tonight. So Tigers getting some of the JV players in. There was a little fracas after the touchdown that was scored. And an ejection on the Brunswick side. The Tigers are trying to make sure that they control their emotions here, and that's exactly what they need to do. And, of course, even with the player down, they're continuing to let this clock roll because the outcome is well decided here, Jim. Nothing wrong with getting here. So,
well, we hope these Brunswick players aren't hurt too badly and can recover for next week. A couple of their key players. This is Garish here down now.
So let's take a look at the, I'm not sure if we can get the graphics up. Can we do any graphics at all, Chris? Because we can do our players of the game here if we can make the graphics come back up. Chris is working on that now. We'll let you know. Looks like we are there. If you maybe take that off and play back again, Chris. Yep, that's right. Yep, Chris got the scoreboard back up and going. We thank him for that. Doing a great job. So let's take a look, Jim, as we round this out, because this will go quickly now with the clock.
Yeah, they just ended the game here, Coach.
They're going to say that's it. So that will end it with 3:21 left. So we were about to do our players of the game anyway. So I think what we'll do is, why don't we take a break, Chris? We'll take a break, run our players of the game ads there. You hear from Northeast Nutrition and Energy as well as Caps's Pizza. And we come back after those ads. We'll tell you who won the players of the game.
If you want to boost your energy, metabolism, and nutrition, try one of Northeast Nutrition's 85 energizing teas. Fruity, made with natural aloe, stevia, and herbal and green teas. Or have a low-carb 200 to 300 calorie shake for breakfast or lunch. Choose from over 50 flavors like Fluffernutter or Pumpkin Turtle Cheesecake. Northeast Nutrition also has customized protein iced coffees, caffeine-free options for the kiddos, and specialty drinks for athletes. Northeast Nutrition, 599 Main Avenue, Farmingdale. Follow on Facebook at Northeast Nutrition and Energy.
Don't feel like cooking dinner? Call Capsa's Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Capsa's tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsaspizza.com.
So Tigers victorious tonight. It ended up 41-0. Good game again for the Tigers, coming out on top here and pitched the shutout against the Brunswick team that's developing. And I think the officials did a good proactive job of, hey, Brunswick was down quite a few players. They're getting a little frustrated, and they decided to. They decided to take it and say good enough, and that's okay with us as well. So we want to let you know our players of the game. The Northeast Nutrition Offensive Player of the Game this week, Zach Christian. He's really had a nice season so far this year, and he's going to win the free energy drink from Northeast Nutrition and Energy. A couple of big catches tonight, and he's had a really solid season at tight end all season long
he's got some
for the
good
Gardiner
hands.
Tigers. So he gets rewarded for tonight's effort as well as his effort during the course of the season. And our defensive player of the game with 2 interceptions and almost a third one is Cole Brand on the defensive end. Set the Tigers up early, had 2 interceptions, and played a great game in the defensive backfield as well as he always does on offense. So those are our players of the game. Congratulations to the Gardiner Tigers. They're going to go to 3-1 on the season. And I think if you ask Coach Patrick Munzing if after halfway through the season they'd be 3-1, I think he'd be tickled with it, Jimmy.
Yeah, and the things that he's probably seeing, the passing game starting to get crisper, timing of everything starting to fall into place. They've got a strong defensive line, which allows them to stay in games anyways. But the offense is starting to really click for the Tigers.
So we won't be back here next week. We may or may not be able to go on the road. Check with us on Facebook, and we hope to get the whatever the power issue was. We got to get that fixed because if we look across the way, this is not a good sign. When we look up at those lights, I don't know how well we can see them. We got 3 lights on. That's it.
Yeah.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lights out. That's not good. So we got to get this figured out here and take it down. What we need is Tommy LaValle to step back in. Remember the time the lights went out? Tommy went over to the fuse box and he swore me to secrecy. He says, you cannot tell anybody that I fixed this because what I did would make me lose my license. So the late, great Tommy LaValle.
Yeah.
So that's going to do it here from Tiger. I want to thank Jimmy Palmer for stepping in here again and replacing the great legend Coach Burgess. Doing a great job, Jim. It's a lot of fun. Chris Wheeler with great work on the production here tonight. Our next game will be Wednesday night. We'll be here for Coney Volleyball. We'll also be at Halldale that day, so we'll have 2 local high school games on that day as we'll be up there and then here for volleyball. For Calvin Mason, Chris Wheeler, Jim Palmer, I'm Rob Munzing. We'll see you next time here on Munzing Media.